What's up, y'all? It's Cecil West, Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com, back again with our special, Decoding the Double Glock. You know, I love these Decoding the Double Glocks. You see that I've done a bunch of different ones, and I always love to just point out some things that we may have missed or just confirm for us, you know, these things that we're always looking at. And it's nice to know that the things that we love and we assume are really real. So today we're going to do one that I know a lot of fans ask for, and it seems simple for a bunch of the hardcore Bone fans, but this is something that I see all the time, and they want to know who is who on the cover of the Mo Thugs family reunion. And I think that this is a really important thing because, again, even though our hardcore fans may know, we want to make sure that not only do the non-hardcore fans that want to know, but maybe we got some brand new Bone fans. You know, Bone brings in new people all the time, or new fans rather, all the time, and we want to make sure that they all know. So we're going to jump in and we are going to do the Mo Thug family reunion cover. What's up, y'all? It's Cecil West, Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com, back again with our special, Decoding the Double Glock. You know, I love these Decoding the Double Glocks. You see that I've done a bunch of different ones, and I always love to just point out some things that we may have missed or just confirm for us, you know, these things that we're always looking at. And it's nice to know that the things that we love and we assume are really real. So today we're going to do one that I know a lot of fans ask for, and it seems simple for a bunch of the hardcore Bone fans, but this is something that I see all the time, and they want to know who is who on the cover of the Mo Thugs family reunion. And I think that this is a really important thing because, again, even though our hardcore fans may know, we want to make sure that not only do the non-hardcore fans that want to know, but maybe we got some brand new Bone fans. You know, Bone brings in new people all the time, or new fans rather, all the time, and we want to make sure that they all know. So we're going to jump in and we are going to do the Mo Thug family reunion cover. So just in checking out all our artwork here, the first thing I went to was the inside cover, which, as you may remember, has a really good breakdown of who each member is. And this made it really easy for us to separate all the faces in the front into 6 different groups. So just to make our task today a little bit easier, let's go ahead, let's break this into 6 different groups. Now, before I do that though, I do want to point out on the inside cover we can see DJ Ice, former Mo Thug and Bone Thugs DJ on the inside, but he's not on the front cover. Just wanted to shout out DJ Ice. Now let's go ahead, let's break it up into that 6 groups. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and label these groups. The ones that we all know, of course, are Bone Thugs and Harmony, the Poetic Hustlers, Too True, Potion, MT5, and we're going to go ahead and make another section for miscellaneous Mo Thugs. So in this video, what we're trying to do is break down each member, not just by their group, but also by their name. If we were doing just the group, the inside cover does a great job of that, and I know a lot of these are easy ones that we know, but there are some in here that we don't know. So let's start by getting the ones that we know out of the way. Of course, we got Bone Thugs and Harmony, and we have Flesh and Bone, Wishbone, Crazy Bone, and of course, Lil Layzie Bone. Now, I always thought it was awesome to see these guys in each of the corner of the cover, and I always wondered what it would have been like if we had Busy on the cover as well, and where they might have placed him if there was 5 of them instead of 4. Imagine seeing Busy on that cover, though, and how awesome that would have been. Probably would have been something like this. Yeah, that would have been real cool. But that is our members of Bone, an easy breakdown. Let's go ahead, let's move to some other ones that we know we can do real easy. And of course, you see here we got the Poetic Hustlers, consisting of Tony Tone, Boogie Nike, and Beyond the Harmony alumni member Mo Hart. So that's a real easy one. Moving over to Too True, we got Archie Blaine, Brina, and Jazz. Now, later on, Jazz plays a really important part to the decoding of our cover, so stay tuned for that. So those were the easy ones for us to break down. But let's move on to a couple that may be a little bit harder here. So we got Potion. And it's obvious that we have two members here, but who are they? So I did a lot of checking online, and everyone knew them as Potion member 1 and 2. But what are the names here? So I did a little bit of research, and I was able to find former Mo Thug members Nicole Stewart and Annette Stewart of Potion, who also happen to be sisters. And Nicole told us that she was located next to Crazy Bone and his daughter, so that helped us narrow it down. But still, what's her stage name? So I also showed them a very old picture that I saw, and I remember seeing it from the Angel Fire and GeoCity days, and it shows 4 members of Potion. And Annette did confirm that they were at one point a 4-person group. But more importantly, what she did was she confirmed for us who was who, Annette being the member Boom Boom, and her sister Nicole was Remedy. So now we got Potion done, and we have that question answered. Now we're going to jump to a tougher one, MT5. What was MT5 anyway? Was it the Mo Thug 5? This one was a little bit harder, and I even ended up asking a bunch of former Mo Thugs if they knew who was who. I asked Potion, I asked Jazz, Thug Queen, Mohart, Soulja Boy, and Tony Tone, and no one knew the answer. So what I did was I jumped to the inside notes of the album, and it does let us know on the song Believe by MT5 and Layzie Bone that it was written by Marcus, Marvin, Martin, Maurice, and Marlon, who all share the last name of Thomas. So MT5 was more than likely referencing the fact that their initials were MT, and there were 5 of them in the group. And we'll also assume that they're all brothers. So that kind of gives us a little lead on what we got going on. Now, before you guys ask, you know C-Dub does his research, and I couldn't find any of these guys online. So we do have the names, but we have no idea who is who. So if you got any leads, drop them in the comments. I'd love to follow up with these guys and find out about their experience with Mo Thugs. But that at least helps us narrow down the names, but we just don't know the name to the face yet. Now finally, we have our miscellaneous Mo Thug members. Now most of the hardcore fans are going to know, but let's just run through these real quick so we can finish up. We got Soulja Boy, Felicia, Sin of the Graveyard Shift, Ken Dog, Powder, Scant Bone, Thug Queen, and Crazy Bone's daughter Destiny. So I always wondered who the kid was when I was younger and I saw the cover, and I assumed that it was Crazy Bone's daughter just based on the placement of Crazy and her. And of course later on we did learn that it was his daughter Destiny, but I'd love to know more about why she was actually featured on the cover. Her birth must have meant a ton to the group and a bunch to Crazy Bone for her to be featured on the album, and I think it's really cool look back and see her face on this album cover with her dad and her uncles, and you know, it's just a really cool moment for her, and I always wonder if she shows it off to other people. So there we have it. That's your Mo Thug family reunion front cover to Decoding. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of the front cover. Oh, and before we go, round 2. Yeah, that's right. We got another round here. So during my research, I did uncover this very, very early version of the advertisement for Family Reunion. And you can see if we check it out here, we got some brand new faces. And I thought it'd be cool to break down who was who here, just because this is really rare. I bet a lot of fans haven't even seen this. I know that it was always fresh for me to look at. So looking at the cover, I quickly picked out Nico from Trey. This was real easy. You remember her from the CROSSROADS video and, you know, Thug Devotion, and she's got a very unique hairstyle, so she was easy to pick out. And I started asking around, you know, maybe this featured all 3 members of Trey, and then it left the other 2 girls that we see here. So maybe we had Trey, and then maybe we had the other 2 members of Potion. You remember Annette told us that there were 2 other members and they split from the group. And we know Trey had 3 members. But as I looked this over, I mean, I really didn't feel like any of these girls looked like Trey. I went back, I looked at the CROSSROADS video, Thug Devotion. I looked at, you know, the Trey video. So I started asking around. And if you guys remember, I said Jazz played a big part in the decoding. And Jazz was not only able to confirm for me that it was indeed Nico from Trey, but she also let me know that the other 4 females that we see here are from the group For You to Know. And they were featured on the song Pimpin' Ain't Easy by 2 True and MT5, And of course, we had For You to Know in it. Now, unfortunately, Jazz nor anybody else could remember any of their names. And I also tried to do what I did for MT5 and check the credits for Pimpin' Ain't Easy, but it only listed the 2 true members along with Ed Townsend and Marvin Gaye, who made Let's Get It On that was sampled for the song. So I had to really wonder why. What made them get removed? How many For You to Know songs were made that didn't make the cut? If you got any leads on For You to Know on social media, let me know. Just like MT5, I'd love to follow up with them and just have some connection with them and find out, their involvement with Mo Thug. Now that we saw them on this early edition of the flyer, we can assume that they had a lot more involvement with Mo Thug than just that one song. It also made me wonder, what happened to the rest of Trey? And then what happened to just Nico herself? We didn't have Trey in any of the advertisements. We just had Nico. I wonder if we had a bunch of Trey songs or a bunch of Nico solo songs, or maybe her featured with, Crazy Bone, things like that. Trey really helped capture a lot of that original Mo Thug sound, and I always thought they were greatly missed from the reunion. We did get a lot of great female R&B, but there was something unique about Trey. The CROSSROADS, that first of the month remix. I always just thought they were really cool. So there is our second round breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And before we go,
final round.
Did you ever wonder the inspiration for the album cover itself? Well, check no further than the often sampled Earth, Wind, and Fire and their album cover for the 1980 release of Faces. So we know Bone and Crazy specifically find a lot of inspiration, samples, and elements from Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I thought it was really cool to see them pay homage to them with their album cover. It's always cool to bring not only that audio, but that visual to the things that really inspire us. And Earth, Wind, and Fire, huge inspiration of Bone, and I would say hip-hop in general. So there it is. Our decoding of Family Reunion. I thank you guys for checking it out and helping me break this down and decode it. I also just want to give a quick shout out to Adrian Gonzalez, BT&H board member and Beyond the Harmony supporter, for helping me break this down and gather all the information we needed to do it. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you want us to decode next. And of course, this is C-Dubs, Cecil West, Beyond the Harmony, Beyond the Harmony. Disclaimer: we are regular guys who love to talk Bone Thugs and Harmony. We do not represent Bone Thugs or any Bone affiliate. We are also not Bone Thugs experts. The views and information you hear in this podcast may be based on personal opinion. Please feel free to leave corrections and clarifying information in the comments, and enjoy.
Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrating. We on the West Coast, so everybody come join us. Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrating. We on the West Coast, so everybody come join us. Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrating. We on the West Coast, so everybody come join us. Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrating. We on the West Coast, so everybody come join us.
What's up, y'all? It's Cecil West, Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com, back again with the one and only.
And with the opportunity missed of a lifetime, Lippy.
And he is the co-hosting, coast to coast, and come up creeper, never sour, always sweeter, ladies and gentlemen. And we are out here in LA with the one and only K-Chill. We're out here. Let me see. Looks like they're. Yeah, okay. How's it been out here, Chill? Yeah. It's been, when we were talking, we were talking about, just coming out, and you know, I was like, hey, is Chill gonna come out? Woo woo woo. And I was, man, I thought you would, but you know how it is. Like, hey, we're gonna go all the way to LA. Who the fuck knows, right? And so I thought you would, but I wasn't 100%. And I was like, I hope he does, because if he does, this is the biggest. This is episode 60. Okay, so the 60th episode. You were on the 4th episode. In the 4th episode, 8 years ago, you weren't rapping anymore. Deep in construction, it kind of moved on from the shit. You know, not speaking with like Layzie. I'm not doing anything with Layzie. 8 years later, here we are. We're sitting in Los Angeles. We just left the Hollywood Walk of Fame watching Bone get a fucking star. Oh, they're saying they can't hear Chill. Let me figure out why. Let me figure out why they can't hear Chill. It was the grill. Yeah, it's. Yeah, we're hearing him. Yeah, he's just really low over on that one, on this side. I'm not sure why. I love the chat. I'll meet 100 people. Can't hear. I wonder if it's. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what the fuck is going on. You want to temporarily switch with him while I figure this out? Smart play. Okay. Yeah, they hear you. So yeah, you know, we made it out to LA. You're back linked in with Layzie. Out here taking meetings. Life has changed a lot. They said it's the same. Is it just Chill's voice? Yeah, of course. They can hear everybody. They just can't hear Chill no matter what mics he's on. Let me see. Oh, let me try this. Hold on.
I'm on K Chill's mic now, and how do I sound?
Now you're.
I sound way turned up now.
Yeah.
Like you can hear my sunburn.
Let me try to take the.
I think you sound good, John. You sound about.
Yeah, but in our thing, we have like a different set of audio than what everybody else is hearing.
The output. You guys can't tell.
Hold on. I bet we hear everybody now.
Check.
Let me. Mike Ox.
Check.
Testing.
They're hearing everybody now.
All right, good.
Guaranteed.
Live from Hollywood
You
Boulevard.
can take this big ass dumbbell back.
All right, I'll trade you.
That boy heavy.
Can't we?
Okay.
Okay.
It's more like it.
We're live now. More alive.
Yeah, so we know that shit was crazy.
Okay.
We,
Hey, that's that live shit.
hey,
So
they rocking with us.
So for what people couldn't hear, we were just talking. Appreciate all people always helping. By the way, it's crazy. Anytime we got to do this show live like this, this is a totally different scenario than
It's an adventure.
Yeah, then when we do
Yeah.
it over fucking Zoom and shit, like you see the equipment. Everybody else can't see it, but you came in and saw the equipment.
that
It's
shit hard.
and
Y'all got to set up.
we truck this from all different areas of the country.
Yeah.
So
From all four corners.
so let's bring it back. So I was just saying
Here we go.
from the top. I was just saying, man, full circle. 8 years ago, me and you were strangers to each other. No bone connection, no rapping.
Right.
LA, here we are.
Yeah. So full circle moment, man. Being out here with my fam and just having these meetings and the ceremony the other day. I think we lost me.
Oh, you're good.
All right. Yeah. So it's just crazy, man. Kids from St. Clair with a dream. You know what I'm saying? Rap music hit, and we was like some of the first in the city to really know what to do with it. And like
What could you tell that K Chill right now? Like, if you could, like, I would love to hear what you would say. How old was that K Chill, and what could you?
14, I would have told him that God got you no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Love it. Yeah.
I'd have told him that. Yeah, that shit was, like you see everybody together smiling, you know what I mean? It's a monumental. What they say is 2,200 people got a star or something. 2,200 people or something.
Yeah.
It's what? How many billion? 7 billion people on the earth. Like, yeah, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, man. It's it was a really cool moment yesterday being there, and the Bone shit is in so many levels, right? It was like, yeah, Bone was there, but the affiliates were there. You producers there. Tamika Wright was there. But right down into
Ken Dog.
you start to get into, yeah, you got and like more than that, right? Like Crazy Bone had fucking people from Thug Line there that haven't even been,
You know what I mean?
and then you start to get into like the quote unquote, there's even like famous fans that everybody knows, the big dogs from the boards and shit like that.
Right.
And it's like, and the crowd, to have that many people gathered in one place, no fucking problems, no nothing. Every corner you went around, somebody had
All love it.
music, bro.
On a Wednesday at 11:30.
Right. Yeah, and my cousin tell you, like he told me, he been to plenty of them, and they don't go hard like that.
Yeah.
They shut down Hollywood Boulevard.
Crowd stay the whole time. You know what I mean? Crowd stay after it's over. It's like it's love. You know what I mean? It's a family. What Lay said in his speech about the family and not just being fans. It's like man, this shit is so real because like it's a big part of why I'm sitting here right now. You know what I'm saying? So like you could just tell that the Bone fan community is like, it's more than just like fandom. Like it's just people care.
There's some kind of connection that's hard to
People
explain.
care, man. People was coming up giving me hugs and shit, telling me how they rocking with God's plan. Just shit feel great.
How go into that? Like you
Man,
came out to Cali.
Bro.
We're not in Cleveland right now. You came out like I expect people to say, "Yo, K Chill's back in Cleveland," but you pulled into Cali,
Bro.
and people were seeing you.
So everybody know. Y'all know the story. I got jobs going on in Cleveland right now. You know what I'm saying? So me and my family though, my son, like we've been talking about this for a minute, and we just been saying like how we gonna come out here and we're gonna handle our business. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a little fun, but we just gonna handle our business. But
You can do both.
for sure. But so get to the ceremony, and it's just like off top, I see the 2 chairs with me and my son name on it.
Yeah, that was great.
That just fucked me up. I'm like, oh shit. So
And I don't know if you know this, but they only gave each one of them 10 seats.
yeah, Lay told me, yeah.
10 seats.
I love Lay for just making sure who needed to be there was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit. But before we even got to the seats, I hear people out the crowd yelling K Chill, and it's like that could have dropped me. Like I'm like, what? Like, boom, we get to the seats. The ceremony was ceremony, man, everybody did a great job. You know what I'm saying? Actually, we kicked it with, like, for me, that's how it went. We got in, and then my son, they taking pictures of my son, you know, he over there, Hollywood supermodel now.
Yep.
But you know, I got you know, it was so crowded out there. First thing I'm trying to do is make sure my family is situated. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to boom. But I talked to somebody and they, you know, they kind of assured me we kind of keep them right here.
Yeah, because they can see in the background, but K Chill rolled in with quite the little entourage himself, bro.
For
You
sure.
know?
Yeah.
For sure. We came, you know, God got me protected at all times. We got there, boom. So I go to the back, you know, and I'm back there with Lay and everybody and me and my son and you know, I'm chopping it with iced tea, first of all. It was crazy that I had connections to everybody because I hit Ice T up about Bango, the B-Boy Outlaw,
Yeah.
immediately. He lit up and smiled like, what? Like,
I was gonna I saw a clip. It's you and Ice T standing next to each other, and you lean over and you say something to him.
mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
and for the people that don't know, watch some other clips of random people trying to talk to Ice T. He's not having it. This motherfucker acts like you ain't even there. Okay. I saw so many clips of people trying to talk to Ice T, and he's got the blinders on. He don't even hear you, right? So I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm watching you lean over and talk to him, and I was like, fuck, I hope he. And all of a sudden, bro, Ice just breaks.
Right.
And he was so receptive, and I was like, I wonder what K Chill said to him.
I mean, I'll tell you, that's what it was. It wasn't like no big secret or nothing. And it's all like back to God's plan. Like, how do I even know about Bango? You know what I'm saying? How was I, like 13, 14-year-old trying to go battle Bango? You know what I'm saying? Bango, do y'all research on Bango, the B-Boy Outlaw. I think he was like the first person Ice-T ever signed. He was from Cleveland, but he was a wild card. He was like, imagine DMX on 10.
Yeah.
And like, and we talking about mid-80s. But anyway, I hit him with that. He lit up. We got to chopping it in. My son and his son was chopping it, kicking it. Uh, Next thing, it's like, and this like, I just want people out there to understand how great God is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all believe, and I don't want to take it all into church, but it's so crazy because I had this ammunition to introduce or break the ice with everybody that was there. So it was Ice T. It was that about Bango. I walked up on Big Boy. I said, Big Boy. I said, what's up? It's K Chill. And he looked like he kind of remembered something. I said, you know, remember when you just asked him about the origins of bomb, and then he just instantly the light bulb went off. So now we in a conversation. You know what I mean? And when you maneuvering and shaking and baking out here, you gotta have ways to, you know, introduce yourself to people. You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, even as a contractor, I know you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure that's a big part of what being an actual
Exactly.
contractor is.
Exactly.
So what I mean, you didn't just come out for the stuff. We were originally we were flying out, gonna hit the star and fly back, right? And then we had some other shit come up. And you ain't flying back till like Sunday.
Right.
So can you tell people like what else is on the agenda the rest of the time you're in LA?
Okay, so we've been shooting the God's Plan video,
Okay.
which we started in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So
Cleveland to Cali.
yeah. And the God's Plan video is basically gonna play out now like so once again, God's plan. Like I had big cinematic, theatrical ass ideas
Yeah,
of how I wanted this video to be.
monumental.
And right, I mean it's my first video, so it ain't really the first video I shot, but it's the first video somebody about to see.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just wanted it to be epic. But, you know, one thing about Lay and you know, Lay got a whole ass schedule. We both busy doing what we doing. So
Yeah.
it was one of the situations where like, damn, we gotta shoot right now. So my cameramen both were shooting videos that week. So there go the cameras. You know what I'm saying? It was just everything could fail, you know what I'm saying? But God always make it happen. My son, little genius. Yeah, we can shoot that shit on the iPhone.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Next thing you know, we got about 5, 6 iPhones and everybody following us through the city and we just go and
When was this? Was this yesterday?
No, this in Cleveland.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
Without giving the video away,
Yeah.
it's gonna play out like The Hangover, where we just like, damn, what did we do this weekend? Look at the pictures,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be Cleveland and LA.
Fire.
Yeah, so it's gonna be hard, which it all fit. Even I'm sure some of this will get in the video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
So yeah.
Uh, yeah, man.
Any chance? Were they from the Get Your Funky Off or the Chill Factor era or the
No,
Black
no.
Money?
It was like let me think. I might got two of them out there. My homeboy in Cleveland shot them. They for the time it was cool, but it's nothing that like you'll see drop.
Yeah. Videos have come a long way too.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, was it like because
Eric Wilson videos, and I was just wondering if it was like the same camera crew that
No.
does all the Eric Wilson ones. Oh, okay.
He got a couple dudes he worked with. And, I think in Cleveland, they do a great job on them. Like I wanted my videos to play out more like movies.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately that's my end game with the comeback. It's not to really be a rapper. Rap is like some shit like riding a bike that once you can really do it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, you're not really gonna fall off. But we wanna get to a movie series and all that and follow the 50 Cent blueprint and make songs for our own shit type shit. And yeah. So
and, and just
And there's a little intro, and then when you come in, I was just like, it was just like hearing Rakim when he came back. I was like, oh shit, the God's back on the mic, bro. Like you
bro, I
bodied that. It
appreciate you.
was the king was back, man. I was on my morning walk, and I was just like, man, he didn't even miss a step, bro. So yeah,
I
man,
love
God's
it, man.
plan
We gon'
front to
we gon'
back, amazing.
track.
I seen people say I'm the mayor of Cleveland and all
That
kind
was
of
me.
shit. Oh yeah.
I said the
Hey,
mayor of
I
Cleveland's
love it,
here.
man. But we got that king. We gonna leave the king for Jesus. There's only one king. But like I will say, I felt like that when we did God's plan. I think I did that shit one take, and I knew what it was.
Yeah, bro. I think it was after I put you on our friend's podcast. Is this mic on? Shout out to Is This Mic On? Fire. You told me, you said, I'm gonna bring a desk down to 99 and I'm gonna do it live right there. And I was like, chills out his fucking mind, bro. I'm like, this is everything that I'd be stressing about if he told me. But it wasn't my show, so I was like, fire, go do it.
It was more God's plan then.
And
shit don't work out, then it work out.
coming out of it, right? Coming out of it, I was like, bro, the people are gonna be way into chill now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been built up for a long time. Like you as like the podcast subject. You know what I'm saying? But now though, like when the record came out and then we started to get these other interviews now that you got a record out, I was like, oh, now they're gonna get into them for the music. Because it's like, what did we have for examples 8 years ago? You had, Get Your Funky Off and all that. That was like dated sound
Right,
for you,
yeah.
right? Black Money. So now it's like fast forward, uh, you get the most updated version of you. How do you feel like the reception's been as far as like what you've seen? Because I know you're tapped in, and the Bone fans can be brutal.
No, for sure.
And you and I talked about it at the beginning. Do you come out the gate with the Layzie Bone song? Do you not? So it's like, how do you feel like they've accepted it?
Man, it's crazy. I feel like I'm right now probably like anybody else drops something. I'm checking numbers every day, checking everything. You know what I mean? So I got like 100% likes on YouTube. Like
Beautiful.
I got no thumbs downs yet and shit like that. And I know the Bone fans were telling me in the crowd that they was rocking with it.
Yeah.
Uh
Which is tough, bro.
I've had people in Cleveland tell me that me and Eric made the new Chronic album or just crazy shit. Like
Yeah.
that I had to just immediately shut down. Like, please stop it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because one thing about me, man, I don't know what get me more emotional is people giving me too much like praise or something about something. Like it's just I don't like it's you want it, you live for something. Everybody as a rapper want to be accepted as that dude or credited. Like
Sure.
we don't do this shit for we lightweight don't do it for ourselves in that way. We
Yeah.
do it so that somebody else can say you cold. We know we cold already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every rapper, if you don't feel like you cold, then what's the point?
Yeah.
So
You never
like,
find a rapper that's like, I'm like third best.
yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty good. Right?
Exactly, bro. So like for the people, there's just everybody telling me positive about the album and about singles, and it's like, so it's crazy, man. Like I'm happy. I'm like, I told you when I first went in the stew, I had to ask the young dudes, like, what you think about this? What you think? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Every day. Then like toward the end,
Yeah.
it was like I ain't really had to ask nobody no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like I had the old chill swag back.
The
Uh
mindset.
the difference is there's so many great similarities, but it's huge differences too. So the first album was me and Dave Paisley working together, and I'm basically, like I said, I didn't even know I was producing at that time because I thought every rapper had their raps and they beat. So Dave would I'll go in there beatboxing and humming my beat, and Dave would play it out and freak it, and we made hits. And then fast forward to now, it's the same shit with E. I go in, boom, start some shit. He played the first bass line or drums or whatever I got together. Then he take it and freak it, and we've been making hits. So it's a lot. I love it because it remind me all the Black Money, all the shit in between. We were just buying beats.
Yeah.
So this is the most one back to original how K Chill recorded.
Working side by side with someone.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we got DJ Payne on there too. We got Kofi Cooks on there. We got, platinum producers on there too. And the other thing is it's probably the most album I'm proud of because like overcoming everything but staying focused on making hits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Staying focused on
Well, the album's got to mean more than when you were in K chill mode in the early '90s. Once you started going, you was just going. It
for
was
sure.
life. You was just
Yeah.
doing this, right? Big dog
And
doing it.
and the second album, like I said, back then was not as fun as the first because now we chasing hits
Right.
versus just let's get in here and chill and make an album.
I always said that about mine too. When me and my friends started rapping, we just got in there and we was having fun. And then once we made a little noise and things were going, it became business.
Now we need a hit. Now we need a hit.
Right. You got to follow up. You got to do this. Speaking of, is this mic on? They $5 super chat. We appreciate y'all. They said K Chill doesn't understand. He's really got a 50 Cent type story.
Yeah.
So people,
Hey, we about to see.
people. I said after your interview with them, and you'll do it here too, which is fine. But I'm like, K Chill really downplays the significance of his role in Cleveland hip hop. See, doing what I've
Yeah.
done in this, it's made me really have to dig into the history of Cleveland hip hop. Like when I got into it, it was like, oh, it's gonna be about Bone. But through it, you start to learn about all the people, right? You learn about the Kermit, you learn about Archie, Big Daddy Coalition, then you start to learn about Brothers of the Struggle, and you learn all these people, and you're a fixture that comes up all the time, right?
So look, because I said I was gonna say this, and you brought it up. So if I downplay myself, it's cause the city downplayed my career.
Yeah,
People gatekeep.
yeah, yeah, man.
Y'all not about to do it.
It, let me tell you,
They not about to. People gatekeep. So I told my son before I lose my train of thought, because I ain't about to start crying. When people gatekeep, I told my son I was gonna say this shit. I love Cleveland.
yeah, yeah, man. Hey,
Hey, I love my city. But I came out here to LA, Cleveland, man.
It's always like that. They say that about everything.
I mean,
Where
but
you're from is where you get the least
I
love.
get love in Cleveland every day. Somebody gonna say, "What up, K Chill?" Whatever. This shit out here, if I'd have ever known we had shit popping in LA like this.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, I mean, I'm gonna straighten up my shit. Like I'm not saying that to shit on my city or hurt my city, but I've been telling my city forever. We don't never have our fucking moment because it's K Chill, then it's not. It's Brothers for the Struggle, then it's not. It's MGK, it's Bomb, it's Chip, it's Ray. Everybody get a minute. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get a year or two. We don't never have that collective moment. And until we put that shit together the right way, that shit is never gonna happen. Like, ain't no way in the world I supposed to came out to LA after 25 years. And shout out LA. Ain't no way in the world I get this much love outside my city.
Yeah.
I ain't never won not one single award in Cleveland. So
Wow.
so literally your original question and put me on this whole rant. Like, yeah, that's because I downplay that shit because nobody else, and then they hate when I blow my own horn.
It's tough though because you were also there helping build a lot of the original bricks, right? So it's like there's not a lot of award shows yet when you're the one laying the bricks down.
Nah,
These
it
things,
was award shows. See, we ain't gonna cut nobody no slack right now. Like my cousin told me to own this shit.
yeah, do it.
So y'all woke up a sleeping giant. Lay put me on the charger, and now sky the limit, bro. Like
Yes.
How,
I'm
how do you feel Cleveland's been since God Plan came out? Is it still the acceptance outside of Cleveland still been better, or has it been better this
well, I
time?
mean, Glenville High School and my Glenville community and the inside inner city in St. Clair and 10-5, they never gonna stop rocking with me. But yeah, it's bigger out here.
Yeah,
Like it's fucking me up. Like to the point is like my son say we about to move out here.
yeah. Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Like
Lay's out here,
I'm saying,
you know, Eh,
but
and it's like you came back at a good time because right now there was a dip in lyricism for a while. And just making classics and making and that's coming around, right? Like it's like everything, right? Life overcorrects. So for a while, hip hop got so fucking stupid for a while.
it's the OGs, man.
And now that's coming back. Like lyricism is coming back,
Uh,
classic songs are coming back. So this is a good time for you
It's
to
a perfect storm. It's
yeah.
God's plan. Like, did you hear T.I.? I mean, did you hear Fat Joe and Jada new shit?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? T.I.,
Fire.
you know what I mean? Lay, I know you done heard the Dash album.
It's great.
So literally, I think somewhere along the line, like a lot of people want to say the youth lost control of it or didn't know what to do with it, so OG's got to take it back, but it ain't that.
Yeah.
Like my son hit me to music all the time that's fire from his generation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not that.
It's the fact that we as OGs, I feel like we not about to let this shit slip away like rock and roll or something like to where it look like we don't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Rolling Stones, Beatles, whoever, them motherfuckers was touring till they was dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no reason for rappers to get aged out. If you got fired, like we talking about a song, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if we've all heard a great song for the first time and thought, I mean, immediately we want to know who is that or whatever, but at the end of the day, it didn't matter who the fuck it was because we all knew that song was fire immediately. You know what I'm saying? So
That's the best feeling.
when I started doing this album, I said, I'm not gonna make not a song about K Chill. One, I don't want you to feed into me as that nigga no more. I don't want to be nobody's idol or nobody's something to look up to because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I said I'm gonna make songs. I told E. Wilson we gonna make songs with topics. When you make a great song, it's like a baby being born, and it's gonna learn how to crawl. It's gonna learn how to walk. run. It's gonna go off to junior high, high school, and college. It's gonna live a whole life of its own that you're gonna residually still get paid for. When you make bullshit, you just having abortions or something. I don't know what you're doing. You just throwing something out there real quick. But when you make songs like a Stevie Wonder song, like a I go down the list of any great rappers. Oh, eazy-e shit, some Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? When you make a song that's like that shit gonna live forever when all the artists is gone. So yeah, that's what I was on.
Yeah, well, Lay and I just talked about this on his, I think when we just did his live, and I said, when we were younger, they aged everybody out and they treated it like a like a sports team, right? Like once you kind of hit 30, your prime was out
Right,
and you was going out. Never mind being in your 40s. That was
right.
like
Out the door.
retire. But the thing is that hip hop is so young, even now, right? What we do? We just celebrated 50 years. At, at that point, we didn't have anybody to say, "Hey, this is the Rolling Bones." We didn't have
Right,
a Snoop
right.
Dogg that didn't exist. So it was second nature to age out the old motherfuckers to make room for us.
Like right.
You know?
But I think it's great that hip hop is so our thing that we not letting it happen.
Yeah.
I think that's how I speak for Fat Joe, Jada, the Wu Tang Clan, Bone, P.I. Any rappers, you gotta think Drake was like 40 now. You know what I'm saying? I'm close to like
Yeah, yeah.
it's like, but this is our thing, so we don't have to let it get aged out. You know what I'm saying? We could literally, you know, take back. I mean, I ain't gonna say take back control, but just keep dropping hot shit. And what you gonna do but love that shit? I heard that shit, that Fat Joe and Jay the other day. I'm about to lose my mind. Like that shit so fire. You know what I'm saying?
If it's the first time you do something, you say if it's over or not. It's up to K Chill,
No, for
not up
sure.
to a kid.
For sure.
Right.
That's basically the whole I think is what's happening with hip hop right now. We saying that. And not by trying to yank the reins back or give us our thing
Yeah.
back. We just gonna make hot shit and show you what we do.
That's all you gotta do.
I think there's a balance because the young kids, there's a lot of good music out there, right?
For
It's
sure.
it's not like about and when I was talking about lyricism, a lot of it isn't even lyrical and it shouldn't be, right? Like I remember being a kid, my parents hearing what I was into, what the fuck is this shit? Right? So it's like we're not supposed to understand what someone your son's age understands.
Right.
We're grown with fucking
Ex-
we're not even supposed to get it. It can
exactly.
sound good, but we're not supposed to get it. So it's like
Exactly.
we're again, hip hop, we're in finally a place where there's room for all of it. There was a while where there wasn't room for all of it. It was
Bro.
like,
They asked me on the podcast a couple weeks ago, Cleveland not Cleveland now or like basically the culture now or the culture in the 90s. I had to pause for a second, but I had to really keep it a buck. I like the culture now better because we did a lot of shit wrong in the 90s to be real. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't doing a lot of the right shit. And like you just said, Cecil, it's the perfect time where everybody could be accepted. We not only ageism or however you want to say it, we not only try to do that to our own sport, we let program directors and shit come in the 90s and tell us if a nigga ain't have a black shirt and a black hat on and talk about robbing and shooting somebody, it wasn't hip hop.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got rid of Will Smith, Hammer, Take Me to Another Place, Q-Tip, you know what I'm saying? Tribe Called Quest, Jungle Brothers, Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying? KRS-One. They try to kill a lot of niggas off just by programming that shit. And like, I think now in 2026, you got rappers with fingernail polish. You got uh
There's room for
you got
everybody.
people talking about let's get high all day. You got people trapping. You got people just want to dance. It's a beautiful thing. It's like fucking movies. What if we could only watch fucking war movies all the time? That
Right,
should be
right.
boring as hell.
That's a good analogy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like going over to the Dash album, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lay's done music with his kids before, but the song that he just did, the Marching Like Martians,
Marching like Martians.
that's the closest thing to like him doing his thing with someone doing the current thing. His
Right.
son didn't try to sound like Bone. He didn't try to sound like his son.
Bro.
They did what they both do, and they put it on song, right? Because the last thing I wanted to hear was Lay get on there and try to rap like his son.
Right.
And I didn't want him to like try to make his son sound like Layzie. And it was like, and it was weird because that one got like mixed feedback, but I was like, oh, these people don't get it. Like they don't get it. This is Layzie really collaborating with his kid now, right?
Bro,
And that
that's that's one of you know what I'm saying, on the album, it's one of the most fast forward songs he got on there where it's
yeah,
that's a 2030 song. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and I always one of my other mottos in music producing and making has always been don't make music. Thank you, bro. Don't make music for today. You
yeah,
gotta make it for
mhm,
the future. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
fuck with that song heavy, man. Me and Eric were just listening to that song the other day. We just listened to a lot of shit off the album. But I fuck with that song heavy. I think that doing a song with your son and letting him take the wheel, they gotta be because you could tell from the direction of the song that that's probably what happened. And
yeah.
then working with Lay in the stew, like Lay is real easy to work with. Like,
Your son rap?
man, this is what I'm about to get to. So also on the agenda while we out here is me. You know, his stage name will be out there in a minute, but me
Okay.
and Chill Jr. and Lay Jr. Steve Vaughn plan to make something all together while we out here.
Yeah.
And like
Nice.
the weird thing is listening, knowing Lay and knowing how his son sound and how you know me and how my son sound, they so completely different than us.
Yeah.
Like I love it because when I first learned he was making songs, like I thought like okay, I'm curious what he sound like. Is he on there like me? Is he whatever? But he completely different, like completely different animal and fire.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that shit make me real happy that I get to do that with my son and then we do some shit all together. But my son got his album damn near done. Like, yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like real beautiful and humbling at the same time when, you're old enough that your kids are now
This whole
grabbing the
trip,
wheel, you
this
know.
whole trip, bro. Like the things that make me smile is uploading the God's plan, and then the next day I got 6 VIPs and 12 tickets to the celebrity softball game,
Yeah.
and my kids is running around on the field with the Browns players and shit. My son being out here with me right now. My kids only heard about that K Chill shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? They
For
only
sure.
heard they to the point that it probably was annoying because it's like, especially my younger girls, it's like they always just hear your dad was a rapper. Your dad was now they saw the footage from yesterday. They like I said, they was running around the VIPs and it's just like so sharing this shit, even with my guys back here, sharing this shit with my family is everything. It's more than any of it. I'm not gonna do it. And just so y'all know out there, look, y'all'll never catch me crying on the podcast again. Cause this month has been emotional.
Mhm.
By the time we get to next month, I'm gonna be back chill. This shit ain't gonna get to me like that. But I do get caught up in air. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I walked in the ceremony. I'm just like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we be drinking and shit. And
It's
I'm just
supposed to
like,
be.
man,
Like it,
people don't. I mean, I know they understand. I know y'all understand to a degree. I know the people watching understand to a degree. But only God know what this shit really mean to me. To be
yeah.
out here, to be like getting accepted from the fans, to have a single out, to have be working on an album with Lay, to have my book about to drop, to know it's about to be a movie or a series,
Mm.
like or a movie and a series.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like, man, I could not script this shit no better way, bro.
Yeah, man. It's been y- just from my side, right? Just in the 8 years, which, at this point I consider you a friend. We've
No, for
talked
sure.
about off record, just life.
And you kept it off record.
Yeah, oh, for sure, bro. You know me. Uh, it's funny. I always say I'm like, I know some bone shit that I got to go to the grave with because people have told me shit that. But anyway, just in the 8 year span, like watching it all play out. Uh, it's been an incredible journey. It's been incredible to just play like a small piece in it, and to know that like 8 years ago, this wasn't even we wouldn't even have played with this idea of this right here. Whether it's Beyond the Harmony out here in person, or you out here with Lay with a new record, the walk up, we wouldn't even this wouldn't even have been something that if people would have said this to us from the future, like, hey, 8 years from now, y'all will be out in Cali doing this, we would have been like, bullshit.
The first interview, if somebody said K Chill was going back in the studio, you could
Yeah.
bet 100 against that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the whole shit, like it was
God's
shit,
plan.
God's plan,
That's
bro.
right.
Ain't no other way. We talking about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Look, and then you wanna rush that shit. Like you want that shit to happen immediately. Like the whole time, I never had that feeling. Like the first project, I never had that feeling. I just, man, me and my cousin write for Time Magazine, or wrote for Time Magazine, and he's a big time, he's a published author, so he co-wrote the book with me, and so he would interview me every Monday
Yeah.
for like 2 hours before I go to work for like a year before he started writing anything. The first month we had a meeting over the phone, and he said, "Cuz I love you, I just don't know if it's a book here." And it was because I think of what you asked earlier, how humble I am about what and the things I've done. Like it's just mental memories for me, and I don't remember a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So until somebody bring it up, and so it was probably super challenging for Bobby to help me with this book, and but within like maybe 6 months of it, I think I kind of understood. I was given like not very descriptive information, because he had asked me shit like, so, oh, tell me about the Tupac fight, or tell me, and I'd just be like, yeah, he swung on me, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and like, boom, just shit like that, and you would just. But anyway, I got into the swing of it and learned how to, I think, answer the questions better and give them more depth. And then he went from that to like, oh, it's gonna be incredible. And then when I first read it, I got emotional, as everybody could probably guess. I was just like
Mm.
reading it. I'm just like, damn, I don't even think you were like, I did this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
this is my fucking life right here. Um, you know. But anyway, going through the whole book without really a
It's
release date,
different when it's a recap of your
man,
life.
bro.
When you sitting there and like you telling your son, "Oh yeah, back in '93 we did this," and it's one memory.
Right.
But when it's like, "All right, start at the beginning. Let's
Exactly.
go through the whole thing," and by the end you like, "Damn, this is the stats on the back of my card."
I'm saying that's exactly what it was. And like I say, not really knowing, I just wanted to have a book ready. The album with Eric, you know what I'm saying, and Young and Kels and everybody that helped on the album, DJ Payne and different producers. Like, it didn't start out like, let's make an album.
Right.
It
Yeah, I
started,
remember.
yeah, I
Yeah.
told you. I was like, you know, I went in, did a couple things. I was like, this shit kind of therapeutic.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me
I
do
remember
something.
that conversation.
Let me do something else. Then it was like, well,
There was a moment where I was like, you didn't even know if he was really gonna put it out or not. You was just in there,
yeah,
just getting in the swing.
I got a song called Family Man. And it's like my firstborn, 19 years old. He 21 now. You know what I'm saying? So like I've been working on this album for 2 years. And you making the album, like I say, I'm asking young dudes, is it hot? Boom. It really took my son and my nephew, Charlie. They hit me one day like, and my nephew Charlie say, you don't sound like an old nigga rapping. You just sound like a nigga rapping. And I'm like, okay, all
How
right.
are you supposed to take that, right?
It was a compliment.
Okay, good.
And I'm like, okay, but like I just had the theory that I just could make good songs as long as, you know, when you, and we come from the 90s tradition of this shit, like DMX, Jay-Z, Kanye, myself at the time, Bomb, like you had to let niggas know you was that nigga.
Yeah.
Like at this age, like we not concerned, like nobody want to feed into that. You know what I'm saying? Like what can you get a world? You know what I'm saying? So I try to get a world like songs, like I said, it just was like, that was the whole other issue. What am I gonna rap about? Nobody want to hear about remodeling kitchens and baths.
Yeah.
So first I was pulling from old experiences. I had to think about times with these dudes in high school. I had to think about when I used to hustle. That song Family Man is all about how I felt in '04 when he was on the way. Like having one leg in the streets and having one leg in potentially a family and all that. And so I had to draw from all that type shit. But then somewhere along the line, man, I found my little groove and I was just like, okay. And so the album just to me is fire and I'm just keeping it a buck. Cause what do a grown, we ain't gotta say older. What does a grown man rap about?
Yeah.
A kid rapped about boom booms in the trunk, selling fake rocks, having hoes. No disrespect, ladies. Uh, but what do a grown man rap about? You know what I'm saying? I could get out there and do the same shit I did when I was 17 and still make some hot shit, but it wouldn't be true to where I'm at in life right now.
Well, and not only that, but you know, younger kids probably don't want to hear a man your age rapping about that.
No,
And at the same side,
smart kids don't.
and at the same side, grown ass men are like, who's this motherfucker pretending to be?
Exactly.
Right. So it's like, but again, back to what I said earlier, we're at the first time where now it's like, oh, we need some adult hip hop for all of us.
Man.
We all fucking in our 40s now. Now we need that.
We come in bars and we come in like it's crazy. Like I said, when I think about that whole shit, that's why that shit'll get me emotional because I just be thinking about the struggle. Like J. Cole say, it's beauty in the struggle. If you don't realize, if you don't take the time to look at the struggle externally as you're going through it, you're gonna get to the finish line and miss the whole point. The finish line ain't always about crossing the finish line. I mean, it is about winning, but it's about remembering the race too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
The journey.
right, like I mean, who hits the finish line and just bam, all right, let's go get a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers cool off, catch they win. Look back, man, dude almost caught me on that third mile. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about everything, like, and that's where I'm at right now. I got one foot in the future now and one foot in the present, and I'm trying to maneuver correctly. You know, I had when you asked me like the whole play for in LA, I had it already in my mind. I was like, all right, the ceremony Wednesday. We got here Monday. We was in the studio working on the second single Sunday night till 3 in the morning. The flight left at 5. Like so, I hadn't been asleep. I joke with everybody. We was in LA 2 days before the ceremony. I feel like I was here a week.
Yeah. Feel the same way. Dead.
I lost my train of thought. What I was saying.
So I got a question for you, Chill. I think you might be really honest something going back to when your cousin was interviewing you for your book. Okay. How hard it is for a man to talk about himself without, but when you're rapping, you need to let everyone know you're that guy.
Right.
And so, like, as a grown man, as someone who has experience, why can it come out on the track, do you think? And why is it so hard to talk about ourselves when it's the truth? You're not bragging. It just happened, but then you're like, he swung on me.
I'm just living a life of, for whatever reason, when I blow my own horn or say any, like I asked my son when I said something earlier, like it ain't bragging if it's a fact, right? If you are LeBron James and you the scoring champion, and if he says like, yeah, I'm the scoring champion, is that a brag? It's like a fact. You know what I'm saying? So but I just try to stay humble because I just noticed like, growing up, being a standout, I'm gonna say I just put it that way. We all know a standout. You could be a standout in sports, anything. Whatever reason people is drawn to you. I think demons don't like that energy. When they know you anointed or blessed. Yeah. So anyway, I just noticed anytime I'm saying some shit about myself, I don't think people like that shit. But I know if I wait for somebody else to say some shit about me, I'll be waiting 8 years on Beyond the Harmony. You know what I'm saying? You look at what you just talked about, like literally we talking about one podcast. came and got me up out the fucking coffin. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't want to give you your flowers. So I always find it hard to talk about because they be throwing around legend, GOAT.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, where the money? Where is
Mm.
I gotta go do this kitchen tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? So I just try to remember that shit. I think when we get to that shit for real within this year, when I don't know where I'll be, a household name, a fucking back porch name, I don't know. Wherever we end up at, I'm gonna have to always still remember that shit. You can't never. Yeah, go ahead.
Earlier you had said no one wants to hear about doing the construction, but what you just said about you still got to go fix some kitchens. One of the most famous songs of the 80s was Money for Nothing and the Chicks for Free. You know, we got to install microwave ovens, custom
Hmm.
kitchens, uh, deliveries. And
That's real shit.
yeah, I mean, think about it. Everybody related to that song. So, I mean, in fact, when you were working on the album, I was thinking, I was like, man, it'd be kind of cool to hear some construction stories. Nobody's done
But
that before, other than
I tell y'all
Kumo D.
a sneak peek though. Uh, shit, probably by next year or so, me and Lay probably have a home improvement show, and we'll be doing some shit like that where it's like a home improvements and like I'm gonna always keep that in the back pocket. I just think next time I really fuck with it, it'll be like on my own properties, me and my family own type shit. You know, I love my customers, but it's just it's a new day.
I think
Such an amazing interview and gave us like 3 hours of your time when we were just starting out. And it went so good that, it inspired Cecil and myself to say, like, well, it really went way better than we thought it would. Let's keep going. And like, we've been riding off of the success off of that interview with you from 8 years ago to this day. At least once that Kate Till interview was just so groundbreaking. So we just want to thank you for giving your time at that point, and it inspired us to keep this thing going. So
Man, it's a
even though
mutual,
you're having fun, we're having fun too,
bro.
and
It's
so
a
it was
mutual
mutually.
thank you, bro. It's a mutual thank you, man. Because just as much, every great relationship work like that. Business, whatever. Like when everybody benefiting, that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I definitely thank you guys for that. And like um yeah.
I I don't think they can hear John.
Man, I just kicked it with Ted last weekend in Cleveland. That's my guy. Uh his father used to be my first manager. I mean, I always say manager. It really wasn't even a official title. He was just trying to help me regardless. He gave me money, get in the studio, everything. We used to be up at his store in Cleveland Heights, or we'd be at his house. I just told Ted this at these award at the pink and black honors that Lay was getting awarded at. He was there, and I just told him, I was like, bro, I can remember watching you as a kid play Madden, and then the next thing I know, I looked up and you was the fastest man in the NFL. We just bust out laughing.
I
If they'll still be a team next year, but if they are, and if you're still doing, an album run, maybe you could do a performance at halftime during the Aviators games. Just an idea. I
Oh,
seen it. I
say
was like,
less.
man, if anything,
That's an easy
yeah.
hookup. My son might be playing for the Aviators. Shit, telling you.
Nice.
I I had a question that this is a cliche question I wouldn't usually ask.
Okay.
Okay, these are the fucking type of questions I stay away from, but like it's relevant in this situation, which is like, what advice would you give K Chill 93, 92 K Chill if you could go back and tell him something now? Like what would that advice be?
If I could go back and transplant my brain now into him, it'd be hard. But if I could only just tell him something, I tell them your music. I tell them your music is gonna go farther than you ever thought. Yeah. So talk about something. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that's important. We talked about God plans a lot. Obviously, the Walk of Fame. You had touched a little bit on the you and Lay project, but I'm curious what you're obviously working on the video. I don't know if y'all can hear. There's lawnmowers around us. There's
We in
fucking
the suburbs,
we really in it. Uh, what's the next single after this one?
Next single's called "Doing Too Much," and it's it's uh it's one of them ones that I know St. Clair gonna love. It's part of making St. Clair great again.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just a hard ass song. You know what I'm saying? It's just talking about doing too much. Like right now, you know what I mean? I'm working jobs. We in LA. We whopping. We at after parties, ceremonies. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody been in a point in their life where they just was doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what that song is about. And that'll, you know, I'm gonna even keep it a buck too. That tentatively it was scheduled for the 19th, but after these meetings I'm having today and tomorrow, it may not. We may not even drop that single because the album coming out August 1st.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then
Remember when we were talking about releases?
yeah,
And I was like, give it time.
yeah, for sure. We got that in marinate.
Yeah.
On top of that, Lay got single off the Dash album, and we talking about uh, album, single. We got, Ken Dog working. So like we're gonna figure it all out in a good schedule. But my album and my book definitely dropping August 1st.
Yeah.
So will there be a single between that after God's plan? I'm not sure.
May not have to. May need a single
Wait,
after
let
the
me
album
just here's
drops.
or we could discuss this shit as like fans and friends because people probably want to know. So the only reason I'm contemplating is the single that's supposed to drop with the album has Nisha Nee on it and Layzie on it. So I didn't want to go Layzie feature, Layzie feature.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Because we
Right.
got a whole album together anyway.
Right.
So I said maybe I need to drop one in between with before the album with just me. But then the other thing is this single that's dropping with us three on it for the summer is a summer banger. So what would you do?
It's tough.
It's tough
It's tough. Hey, no matter what you choose, it was in the plan,
for sure.
you know?
We're gonna probably have a vote on it.
I I know the fans have been asking because you've brought it up a few times. And I don't know if they're confused or what, but when you talk about you and Layzie's project, that's like a completely
Yeah. It's called
separate thing.
I guess I could let y'all know something about it now. It's called My Brother's Keeper.
Yeah.
And we got Swiss Beats production, DJ Quick production,
Fire.
Big Duke production, Eric Wilson production, Scratch Paper.
Yeah.
So we got some heavy hitters on there. And so far, this shit is crazy.
I'm gonna keep saying it until the ether makes it happen, which is gotta get Flesh and gotta get Cray and
Man,
make that song called Band-Aid Boys for it.
man. Or just that Band-Aid Boys album.
I love it.
I think that should be fire, man. I told you I'm gonna work on it, like lay the glue. So, the general could probably make it happen quick. The whole thing about it, man, I know they with that shit. It's probably just timing.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because
See
I
how
know, I
busy they
know,
are.
I know Ant want to do it. I know Stack want to do it. And me and Lay down for that shit. So like
But if everybody's doing too much,
that's normally what it
You
is.
know?
But they gotta understand, like, time is of the essence. You know what I'm saying? Like I and I tell stories long, but I could just go back to what I was probably thinking about earlier is we made the book, we made the album, had no idea they was getting a star. Me and Vaughn at the concert in Cleveland in December. I tell Vaughn the whole play. I was like, yeah, we about to drop this shit right now. We ain't had no idea about the start, none of that. We didn't even know Lay was gonna do the album with me or none of that. We about to drop this shit.
Oh,
All of a sudden they getting a star. All of a sudden it's like the perfect storm. So God's plan.
yeah. Byron.
Remember, just like the whole Band-Aid Boys thing, if Nate Dogg and Warren G never made that 213 album, I think those fans would be still screaming
They
like,
be
when are we
still
gonna get the
screaming for that shit
213 album?
for sure.
Yeah.
People ask me about Band-Aid Boys album once a week.
Yeah. Byron dropped a $20 super chat and he says, it's wild from a Teen Bone fan in California who's seen a mystery man on an album cover to Beyond the Harmony bringing that picture to life and then learning about him. He's gained my support in his journey and I'm looking forward to all of his projects.
Fuck with you.
So that's
Yeah, Byron.
Byron.
It's the real K Chill on Instagram. Follow me, I'm gonna follow you back. I fuck with you. I appreciate you, bro. And that's how that shit start. Like I've been learning, like I said, I've been checking these numbers every day. I feel like we out here campaigning like for president, for being a president or something. Cause
Yeah.
it's like you literally gotta meet people, you gotta campaign for yourself. And it's like I have fans. I tell a fan. I mean, I ain't gonna call them a fan. I tell somebody who walked up, "You get the single yet?" They like, what is it?" I'm like, "God's playing K Chill Lazy Ball," and I'm thinking I'm telling them so they could on their leisure do it. They're like, "We doing this shit right now."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
We were doing the same shit. We were out there politicking like, oh, you
got to,
love Bone?
got
Like,
to.
you got to listen to this fucking pot. Like, this is not a better thing, You got politic out there.
Y'all are the
You're always at work.
quintessential Bone podcast. Beyond the Harmony. Stop playing.
What I'm sure you heard it on Dash. Lay has a song really paying homage to Cleveland, and you got a shout out at the end. He shouts out all kinds of people. Brothers of the Struggle are on there. Maybe even I think you mentioned Dolls Rapid Creations, which I was like, okay, Lay. Uh Full circle, man. What was that? What was that like when you heard it? Like,
Lay, man, he before even that, just Lay been giving me the props from day one. Out of the whole group, you know, some kind of way. I got ties to everybody. Me and Ant grew up on the same street. Me and Ant was closer first, you know what I'm saying? Uh, but out of the whole group or whatever, like my nigga came back and put the cables on the nigga.
yeah.
Like, and I don't care what age he did it at or what time. It couldn't have been no better time than now. So he always giving me props. So I just want to give him his props. Like he got the star yesterday. He been the easiest to work with. Like as far
He's
as
a man.
listen, bro, Lay easier to work with than people who ain't sold 30 million albums.
Yeah.
You know
For
what
sure.
I'm saying? Like,
He's very humble and down to
he
earth.
humble, bro. He opened them my ideas, my production. You know, it's been a great ride. Like people was tripping first night in the studio because I said, Lay, he said something, and I said, Lay, say that shit like this. It wasn't really, I didn't even change his lyrics. I took the same shit he said and put it backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like he said something and his punchline was this. I said, no, bring that back here and make that the punchline. Soon as he said it, he lit up like, oh, that shit hard. And then like everybody in the studio was just later telling me like, man, that shit was crazy. Like Lay listen to you like, man, Lay a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all men. So when he tell me the right idea, I ain't gonna say shit, but okay, let's go. And he the same way. Like it ain't no I call him the general though. But like we all leaders, you know what I'm saying? But he is the general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Every time he calls, I said the boss is calling.
No, for
Gotta
sure.
gotta take,
Lay
take care
Lay
of
do
it.
not get credit for being the undercover genius he is. Like I peep it instantly with his memory. He has probably total fucking recall. He tell everybody, Chill wrote my first rap, and he'll spit that shit.
Yeah.
I can't, bro. I don't remember the rap I wrote from that same year. You know what I'm saying? Like his memory is
It's
impeccable.
good. When we did his interview, I was like, and this is when I say this is no disrespect to any of the other Bone members, but I was like, this is the best one to do this with. To do this, like, we're gonna dig all the way into the crates thing because he's really like, this has meant so much to him that it's like I think he does his best to not forget. And I was thinking when you said it doesn't matter what time he came back and he put the jumper cables on, I'm like, hey, it's probably for the best that you didn't get lost in that
But
Mothug
ain't
mix.
ain't it's great, man. Archie told me that.
You could have
But
got lost in a sea of
man,
Mothug.
but Archie told me that. And then on top of that, look at how it's God's plan again. Look at the timing of what he did. Like
Yeah.
he didn't know I was working on the album. He ain't know none of that shit. He didn't know none of that shit. For whatever it is, it was on his heart and he came and did it, executed. You know what I'm saying? And like shout out Lay, man, because Lay is about to catapult on to some whole other platform. Like
Working.
he said on the one song, this next generation of Bone. Like it's gonna be something crazy when you hear my album, when you hear Ken Dog album. We heard shit off Ken Dog album the other night. I shouldn't even be saying this shit because I don't even know,
It's
Ken.
all right. Ken talked about it a little. Ken was on a couple
All
years
right,
ago and said he was working. Don't
man.
don't give away to anything,
No,
but we know he's working.
I just tell you it's hits.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I
I
believe
give
it.
away
People been
that,
waiting.
man. Ken is everybody's favorite, bro. But
Couple
go ahead.
I was just gonna say a couple super chats, people talking to you. Taboo Music said make Sinclair great again with a $5 super chat. We appreciate that.
Appreciate you, bro.
And then is this mic on? Dropped another $5 super chat, and they said, how much is a K Chill feature before his career really takes off? Inquiring minds want to know. Congratulations.
We got to defer to the sonager. Hey, I love my son, bro. Hey, the last month of my life been so different, and he been handling everything from video to security to management. Like shit, you should have seen him in Cleveland protecting me and Lay. Yeah. Like getting like, man, he been on his shit, but
All right, Sonager, but remember, if I do a Beyond the Harmony compilation, he owes me one.
oh, we got you, see. We got you. But how much is my feature right now?
I think you got to hit him up on his Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hit me up.
Inquire.
yeah,
Hit me up. I ain't gonna throw no price out there, but I'm just gonna say we do want to get paid, but we reasonable and right now it ain't gonna be what Drake's is. So catch me while you can.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's been fucking real good. We're watching everything roll out. We're in LA. You're out here politicking, shaking hands, kissing baby.
Hey, shout out. I don't want you to fuck up your train of thought.
No,
But
you're good.
shout out them Kentucky boys too, cause they the ones told me I was Mr. Make It Pop Off or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And like I like so like back to what you were saying, Matt. Like when people say things like that shit, it hit me so different because it's like. Then I also think about like, well, it's better when somebody else calling you a legend and you run around calling yourself a legend. But it hit a little different because
Yeah.
it made me think. And then I think about it like, well, yeah, I did do that shit. You
It's
know what I'm saying?
facts.
But yeah, bro. I mean, whatever we could do for anything, anybody that can help me, you part of putting the jumper cables on, the whole podcast,
Yeah, yeah. Of
uh,
course.
the city, my family, you know what I'm saying? My family supported me the whole way, you know what I'm saying? Like I started going back in the studio and I'm already working 12 hours a day. So, the kids don't see you. It take an effect on everything. But I think ultimately, so I said on another podcast, I'm treating this year like an NBA season. So right now I'm like, what's his name? I'm like Harden. I'm out of shape. They just threw me in the fucking game. It's the first 2 weeks of the season. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna work my way into shape, in the game shape. By mid-season, my stroke gonna be back, and we gonna make the playoffs, and we gonna win the championship.
Have you have you thought about ultimately what it is you want out of this?
Yes. ultimately, it's a big. I'm always a big dreamer.
Good.
So we can start from short to long. So this year is gonna play out like this, and we believe in the power of the tongue. So beyond the harmony, fans and friends, I want y'all all to hit me and be like, "Chill, you said that shit." Because people been telling me that shit for 8 years now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And anybody could do this shit. I'm not a magical person. It's like if you got good karma and you a good nigga and you put good into the world, it's gonna reverberate back. So this year, we here. We was working on jobs last week. We here in Cali. We got these meetings. We putting a team together. The album gonna drop. The book gonna drop. It's gonna be book tours. It's gonna be music tours. Me and Lay already talked about. It's gonna be eventually a movie and a series because I see the movie playing out on some PG-13, like the Blind Side story of friends and all that, and where kids could go. I want the kids to get the message. So even though we was selling dope and on some gangster rap shit, it's a way to shoot that shit and make it come out like that. But then the series is gonna be the grimy truth.
Yeah.
And yeah, so ultimately I'm shout out 50 Cent because he teach a man how to fish, like the Bible say. At my age and my situation with my family and what I know we need immediately, we gonna make all this shit shake in this year. We gonna produce content and music for our own movies and soundtracks, which hopefully that shit drop by next year. And then me and E. Wilson gonna try to put the city where it's supposed to be. We gonna have new artists. We got Lil Chill, which that's not his name. We got, Steve Vaughn. We got a whole nother generation. What we about to do as well as find other artists, executive produce other movies and documentaries, and I wanna open the pipeline. My dream, bigger than myself, is opening up the pipeline to Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, and I said on plenty of interviews, is Cleveland is one off, one off. It's almost like we can only support one good rapper at a time. When like the only time I could think when it was two is like me and Brothers for the Struggle.
Mhm.
That's the only time I could think when it was like two people doing it that big at the same time. The rest from the whole beginning, from Suave, from Bango to B Boy Outlaw, from what I'm saying, Johnny O and Catch 22 and MC Chill, and like it's just always one at a time, one at a time. I'm like, when is we ever gonna be Houston or Atlanta? Like
Mhm.
that's my dream. So if I could be a part of that, and I ain't even talking about just music either. I'm talking about movies, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like if I could be a part of that, because it's almost like I've always been a part of that, but it's just like I say, like I'm in the background or for whatever reason, people don't want to give me the props for what I did. So yeah, I want everybody to know this time. K Chill did that. And then I'm gonna make like 7,777,000. I'm gonna be on a fucking golf course somewhere. You ain't gonna never have to hear from me.
I love
And my
it.
son, my son own everything. So he'll be running this shit.
I love it. I mean, that's the goal, bro.
Mm.
I think that you know how it goes, right? It's like people be
That's the goal, but it's more than the goal. That's the foretelling of our future.
yeah, there you go.
And it's a goal is something you chasing to getting that. This is preordained and God got his hand on it. So it's gonna happen.
Hey, here's the thing. Cecil asking you that was glorious because he and I years ago we used to do this each year. Is what do you want for this year? And some of the things Cecil's declared, all of it came true. And there were
Cause
times
he's
where some of the
speaking
things
that
he
shit,
declared just were it didn't even seem real. He'd make these
bro.
declarations and they would all happen.
Ne-
And I
Go
wanted to
ahead.
just draw a parallel. Sorry, is that God's plan? But we'll start saying that going forward. But there's concepts. So we used to say Heaven's Movie because Busy named his album Heaven's Movie, and And I'm not saying you got it from that. I'm saying it's this phenomenon that's happening is where, you see the synchronicity of the events, especially with RC with the last 5 years or 4 years it's been. So the declaration is a very great thing that you just did right now. And, as they say, shoot for the moon, at least you land amongst the
You land
stars.
amongst the stars, bro. Like, I just Alicia Ford worked her own business 50 years. I just had made her retire like last year. She always told me you could do whatever. Um, my church taught me about the power of the tongue. That's why they say write a vision board or speak it.
Yeah.
Oh, but I was gonna say, to your point, John, there's Jonathan on the mic, right? Hey,
Yep.
it took and he a good interview too, man. I might have to throw him your way. It took my dude Nate. He was the capo of Black Money. You know what I'm saying? He the one everybody say sound like Tupac. But he told me one time a couple years ago, he was like, "Nah, I'm lying. I said y'all interviewed me first time like 4 years. My timetables be fucked up." He told me maybe 10 years ago. Excuse me, it was after all the Black Money shit.
Yeah.
He said, "Chill. You realize all that shit you was saying on the mixtapes with Mick Boogie and shit, all then came true." And I didn't. And he started pinpointing each incident. You said we was gonna be doing this. Look what we doing. You said this. You said this. And when you rapping, when you writing, especially in that early era, and the Cleveland even had a phrase for it, like cap rapping. Like niggas just on there talking about shit they ain't got or they ain't doing. And some of that early Black Money shit, that was me. But I'm never gonna call it cap rapping because it was only prophesized rapping. Like I was speaking that shit into existence. It took my dude to tell me that I did that shit. And then, you know, that make your antennas go up. And then your church telling you about the power of tongue. And then you just get to realizing as you get older, like, oh, that shit is so real. All I gotta do is think it, believe it. They used to say that when we was in school, what they say, believe it, achieve it, conceive it, achieve it, some shit. Like that shit, bro. If you could put your mind to it, if you see yourself in the cockpit of the space shuttle next week, it ain't gonna happen in a week, but you might fucking get there. It don't matter if you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. A 5-year-old could have that dream, pick up a book and put itself on the path to that shit. People have dreams it's not about to pay off for 40 years.
Whether you say you can or you can't, it's true.
It's fucking true. That's a hard quote. I'm gonna throw that on the song.
I didn't make it up.
No, it don't
You-
matter. I'm
I
gonna
don't
give you
remember
some
who said
credit
that.
on there. I got that from Matt. I'm gonna throw that on a song, man. That's so real.
It's two things though. My whole life, I've done whatever I wanted. My whole life, right? And when I was young, I sounded fucking crazy to people, right? Like 2002, I'm like this white kid from fucking the East. White kids don't rap, da da da, da, and everybody just talks shit. I'm like, watch me work,
Watch me
right?
work.
I end up out here. That's the last time I was out here. I was on a tour. We were the Outlaws. It was Power 106 back then. That's when I first met Steve LaBelle, the Mizza. My whole life, whatever I wanted, I did. But it's two parts, which is you call your shot, but then it's a lot of fucking work. And
Yeah.
that's the part that you can speak it into existence every day of your life, but you got to get up and motherfucking put that
So,
work in.
bro, I don't know what camera got me
I got you. I'm gonna put
right
you
here.
on the chill cam.
The chill cam.
On the chill cam. Hold on.
I just want to tag off what you said, so I got it right here on my arm. Tell me where you can see that tag.
Yeah.
Prayer minus work equal death.
Yeah.
Prayer without work is dead. It tell you in the
Mhm.
Bible. So I tell people this shit all the time because people in my family pray hard. So a lot of times my wife or somebody will say a prayer about this. And like I ain't wasting God time on something simple. You know what I'm saying? But this is my personal opinion too, because we know God gonna hear you out on anything. But I'm just not I pray to God about I thank God every day more than I pray about asking for something, first of all. But then secondly, like when I do say a prayer, it ain't gonna be, damn, my son need these shoes for this prom.
Right.
Like, no, God got kids to feed in Ethiopia. You think he care your kids need some fucking Louis Vuittons
Right.
or something, or a Corvette to pull up at prom? Like, I try to handle all that shit myself. Like, so I only, you know what I'm saying, pray on serious shit. But like when when you and this is all part of the book, all part of God's plan, all part of this interview. Like, I didn't sit there 2 years ago and say, oh shit, I got some momentum from Cecil. Uh Let me just sit back and go do somebody's kitchen.
Right.
Um, I went in the studio. I got shit bubbling. When the whole book came up, because I kept hearing people telling my story and not even demeaning me or not even the right word. It's just like they wasn't telling the story correctly.
Sure.
So it's just like
They're telling it from their perspective.
exactly from their perspective, and
Yeah.
it's just like I'm just like, and then like I said about even my city and like people not gonna give you your own props. So I'm like, shit, I could write my own fucking story because one thing anybody could say is they could like it or not, but they can't say it ain't true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got to you know what I'm saying? That was the whole process. Like I'm just really wanna put it out there for myself and just, you know what I'm saying, bam. So I did the work and God seen me do the work. And it was the hardest you know, we come off a pandemic. I have a stroke on Mother's Day 4 years ago.
Wow.
Um, all this shit going on, and I'm working at jobs every day. This shit funny.
Really working.
I'm working.
Yeah. People don't know. Like
People don't
what the
understand.
shit you do
K4
is that's work.
renovations,
That's
it
real
be
work.
K4 a lot of days.
Yeah.
Um, I'm leaving the jobs at 7, 8 o'clock with studio booked at 9, 10, 8, 9, 10. I'm literally leaving the jobs, going to the studio. Bobby interviewing me every Monday. I'm doing all this work without knowing if it's ever really gonna pay off. I'm praying every day. I'm being a good nigga. Um, I'm even with the whole bone shit. You listen to our first interview, and now I'm really realizing more that, damn, sometimes you gotta think about how you was looking.
Sure.
How was they looking at me when I was doing big tours, getting all this free shit,
Right.
and these my dudes and they struggling. You know what I'm saying? And just know, fellas, I never I never shit, I never was like, fuck y'all. I was just, it wasn't no blueprint, and I just had the blinders on. I just want to get to the finish line for all of us. So you got to internalize. You got to look at yourself like, what is you? You know what I mean? I can't never just blame them.
Perspective's a motherfucker.
Wishbone told me years ago, bro, you could have been made it. You should have just came out. Everybody knew you produced us. Everybody knew. So, but like, anyway, it all worked out God's plan because it's my family. You know what I'm saying? I would have my son right now. I wouldn't have my girls right now, my other son right now, my wife, my house, my business. So you gotta, it worked out how it was supposed to work out. But yeah, you think about that shit and you just look at everything in perspective like, damn, you gotta internalize, look at yourself.
Yeah.
Now I can see that, damn, my niggas might have been looking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Boom. And like, you know, the devil know how to infiltrate. No matter what you doing in life, you about to do something big. When you ain't doing shit, he don't even fuck with you.
Yeah.
When you sitting at the house playing Madden, watching Jerry Springer and shit, he like, I got this nigga.
Yeah.
But when you start trying to make some moves, He gonna put up every hurdle. Like I say, everybody watching this shit, I'm gonna get emotional this first month. But ain't no way you could go through this shit and not be feeling it. Shit, I cried on that interview. I probably ain't cried. My son, 21. You ever seen me cry? It's a it's a different set of emotions.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And we here in LA. You know what I mean?
Full circle.
God is awesome.
I think is important too, and I pointed this out to Lay, and I'll point this out to you too, which is when you're in that position that you were in, it's similar to the position that like Lay was in with like Mo Thugs, which is y'all were kids.
Correct.
You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You just in it. The ball's in your hand right now. You doing everything you can to alley oop everybody the best way you can, but ultimately they saying you the shooter and you just a kid and you just out there shooting. But it works out. A question, and we're gonna wrap in a minute because I know we're all kind of if y'all could see the way everybody's schedules are out here in LA right now, everybody flew out here with a schedule. But uh you were talking about the work, and I had brought up like it's actual work, like you was really working.
Tired.
How,
Tired every night.
how important was that for your kids to see every day and putting in this work, and this is what it really, because you got options. You could do anything. You go be a drug dealer if you want to. You got tons of options. You could do whatever.
Correct.
You could leave your wife and go find some rich whatever. You could do a lot of things.
Correct.
But instead, what you did was grind it every day. How important was that to make sure your kids saw you got to work?
There's beauty in the struggle.
Mhm.
My son, my firstborn, he saw it all. So I know he know what it takes. My girls are seeing, you know, I think, they growing up in this era, so they about to be turned. Like I probably got some little Hiltons on my hands or something. I don't know. But it's the most important thing to all this shit is sharing this shit with my friends and family. Like I say, my cousin LJ gave us what we needed to do what we need to do, how they even got to LA to see that y'all even know about. You know, my friends Earl and Vaughn, they was right there with us at FDR. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's out here is no dick riding. It is none of that. It's all people who actually got something to do with it. And I ain't even playing this shit. My son was coming by himself.
Yeah.
My dude, like, no, he needs some protection. My other dude, like, for sure. They come 2 days apart. My dude just got back from Orlando, jump on another flight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My cousin LJ live out here. My brother live out here. You know what I'm saying? Like the team has been assembled. You know what I'm saying? So like it's all God's plan, and like I'm just gonna say, like, man, we're not gonna let you down. We're not gonna let the people down. And I said before I got to this interview that I wanted to spend at least 30 minutes about the accomplishment that Bomb got yesterday. And shit, we didn't went straight sidetrack. And like
We talked about it at
we
the
did a
beginning.
little bit, but not enough
We know we
because
did.
because let's go back to taking accountability. They might have took our money, LJ, and went to LA on us. But the truth is, they took that fucking risk. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And like, it take a lot. They got on the plane, and like I said on the one Kentucky Boys, I think that was the interview. I remember telling them niggas don't do it. It wasn't like they just totally prep on a come up. They told me they was gonna go to LA.
Yeah.
And I can remember saying, like, bro, LA is brutal, man. It ain't just well, I wasn't telling them in a negative. I mean, I guess I was being negative though, because knowing what I know now, I should have just spoke all life into the whole shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I was like, man,
He
it's
was a
dang.
kid.
The last time I was here, I had on a Cleveland Indians hat, and like 10, 12-year-olds hemmed me up in the Burger King. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about where I was gonna feel like I'll fuck all you little niggas up, but I'm talking about they was dead serious. So this the '90s. So I'm telling them like it's not. I just didn't want my guys to be out here fucking struggling and shit. It wasn't in a dumb go. It was in a like, in a big brother type of way. But they said fuck that, chill, and they got on that bus. So like you got to remember every aspect of that shit, and you got to look at it. God's so good that He give us discernment, and when we get older, we can look back at shit for what it really was. It'd be real easy for me to say, yeah, my niggas played me, and boo, boo, boo. And I did feel like that for a long time. But like, yeah, God be working shit out behind the scenes you don't even fucking see.
Yeah.
And God also know would young K Chill been on Mo Thugs and crashed the fuck out? Would I have be on hella drugs right now with no family? And it's, when God humbled me and made me get a job, I went through years of that shit to the point where I know God know my heart now. He know I can accept whatever's about to happen. And I'm gonna do the right thing with it. Not one time do I think, uh, not one time could it ever be that he want me to be a rapper right now. You know what I'm saying? He want me to walk him back and forth and be that nigga and boom. It gotta be for something bigger. So we gonna use the platform to always praise his name, and we gonna always try to be positive in whatever we do, help people and make shit shake. And that's what we here for, you know what I'm saying? Period.
Yeah, just to touch on the bone thing, I will say us being out in a couple things. First of all, they were not prepared. Not bone, but like the Walk of Fame was not fucking prepared for what was
Hell
gonna
no.
happen. They were used to giving it to, and no disrespect to anybody that's got a
No
star,
disrespect.
beautiful thing, right? But I think a lot of times people get stars and it's more of a industry thing. Industry shows up to show love.
Right.
This was like I don't think they were gonna shut that street down yesterday, and they realized we better shut this street down because when
For
Bone
sure.
comes out, we're not gonna have control over this, right?
When we got there, they had the barricade set up.
And they thought that was gonna be it. That little ass
It
barricade.
was it was not in the right spot or correct. But shout out LAPD
Yeah.
because I met with some officers and I'm gonna just say, man, I respect them so much because
They was cool.
they was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
They walked me out there like I was a fucking star,
Yeah.
got us to our car, and not even just that, just the job they gotta do every day in this gigantic ass city.
They was cool to the fans too.
Man,
Like
they was cool to everybody.
being out there, they weren't
Security was I ain't gonna call it. I mean, the security was tripping. LAPD was cool,
yeah.
but at the same time, when it was time to get people up out that bitch, LAPD shows you how to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I respect them, bro. Like we talking to somebody who didn't been bust in by the feds before. Like when them motherfuckers come through and you got two pit bulls in there and they and a motherfuckers 15 motherfuckers with ARs pop in like ninjas and you ain't heard nothing, you gotta respect them. You know what I'm saying? That's a job. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect LAPD. They got this big ass city to patrol. Shit, that shit cannot be easy.
Yeah, man. And they in a situation like yesterday, which is you gotta keep order and shit. But they remember too, like, hey, everybody here is here to show love and I said it earlier, that many people in the middle of LA, it's hot as fuck.
Hot as fuck.
It's hot as fuck, which already makes people irritable. Zero incidents.
Shout out the Bone Thugs family because y'all are not fans, man. Like you said, it's like family, man, because I felt immediately embraced.
Yeah.
Like it was like it fucked me up that people was yelling my name, but it's not in a like, oh shit, I'm that nigga type shit. It's just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all know me. And then y'all came up and hugged me and y'all introduced me to y'all kids. And that shit was crazy. I love y'all, man. LA, shit, I'm telling you, like we got these meetings these next couple of days. I know we're gonna be back like every other week or something. Like I know this is about to be my life for a year.
What was that like after the first, because you was it was when we did that interview 8 years ago, you weren't K Chill the rapper, you was just
Hell
Chris
no.
Ford. What was it like? And, even though you were part of Bone Thugs universe from your side. As far as the fans, you weren't part of the Bone Thug
Correct.
universe. So what was it like after that interview all of a sudden? Because I know the fans. I know how they operate. I know they started hitting you up.
Man, listen, man, I told my son the other day, all y'all that's in my DMs or waiting for the like Facebook only let me get 5,000 friends. So I know I got like 400 Bone fans that's in there. I thought about this shit the other day. I was like, man, I'm about to delete about 500 of these motherfuckers that I don't even fucking know. And I'm gonna accept y'all shit because y'all support, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I understand that shit. So that's coming. But it was just the lights fucking got turned off. Like
Yeah.
I
That's what's crazy about the fans, right? Is like if they don't like you, if the Bone fans don't like you, they'll cut you out of your own song just for the
bro,
Bone verse. They
I
don't give a
see
fuck.
that shit, bro.
But if they fuck with you,
They
that's it.
they didn't
They
send me
ride it.
they didn't send me remixes. And like by no means, like listen, cause I done had talks with DJ pools and record pools and shit and we all understand that God's plan is not a typical single. It's not 2.5 minutes. It's not fast. You got to sit there and listen
Yeah.
to it. I had a talk with my guy Johnny O in Cleveland, and he's been like, man, I love Johnny O. He's a supporter. He's like a big brother. He know what he's talking about. He's a legend in the game. And we had to talk, and he said, "Chill, the song fire though, but it's 5 minutes and 40 seconds." And I said,
It's gotta be. It's the story.
Bro, I said, Johnny, I know, but it's setting up the book, it's setting up everything. It's my reintroduction, and he ain't say nothing else because he totally understood it. Which is why I think I'm still about to drop doing too much in about a week or two.
You know what I thought was dope was that Lay put out the coolest,
Mm,
which was also very like historic
man,
storytelling. And
listen,
then God's plan
they go
happened.
hand in hand.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like the first two chapters of a book, bro.
exactly,
And then
exactly.
when I see myself as a cartoon,
Yeah,
when we was at sound check at Severance Hall, and they had that shit on a big ass movie screen, I turn around and see myself as a cartoon. Like this shit been crazy. These last 3 weeks been. Imagine you just, I don't know, you just ain't really, you working, you doing what you doing, then motherfuckers just come yank you up out that life and you doing some whole other shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
bro.
So that shit been crazy, but ultimately, like, and I know I said it, but I just want to say to my guys, man, to Busy and CC and Ant and Stan and Lay, and like I say, Lay no, man, because me and Lay talk about it, but man, I'm honored that y'all had 2 seats for me. And what's known don't gotta be said.
Yeah, man. I think like I said, they all got 10 seats. That means they could only seat 50 people. And we know you know how big the army is. They could have sat 1,000 people
Man,
and still
what?
needed
Just family. I
seats.
wouldn't even have been mad because they all got 10 family members
Yeah.
there. You
Yeah,
know what I
man.
mean? So,
Smiled
Beautiful
really
thing.
big. I saw
but
you and your son up there.
man, what, bro? Hey, that's all
Made
late.
my day.
Hey, that's all late, man. I love late, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on the right squad. And like I say, I ain't signed to late. Lay gave me the cosign, and Lay and did it in a tremendous fashion.
Yeah.
It's one thing to get somebody a cosign and don't do shit. You know what I'm saying? He could have just easily got on the song with me and told me make some shit happen.
Right.
But he rocking with me.
Nah,
You know
he's
what I'm
believing
saying?
in the project.
I already know, bro.
Yeah.
I already know. So Lay got them 2 seats for me. So shout out Lay.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? And even back in December at the concert me and Vaughn went to, Wish grabbed me and told me he loved me. I told him I love you too, bro. On the Hall of Fame, Busy, grabbed me, dapped me up, like, chill, you looking good, bro. I ain't seen you in forever. And like, so it's all mutual, you know what I'm saying? But like, and I want people to understand this because I know that y'all, it ain't even y'all, it's us. We for Bone first. I'm getting a moment. Lay got his solo shit. Busy gonna drop. The Bone album gonna drop and everything too. But ultimately, I want the fans to know, and I want my guys to know, because I know Lay knows. So basically, Ant, CC, you know what I'm saying, Brian. I want y'all to know, like, man, I'm for Bone first. Me and Lay doing what we doing, but it ain't by no means like uh we want to see, when I say the new generation of Bone or make St. Clair great again, shit, I remember who made St. Clair great first. So ultimately, bro, like whatever we gotta do, like we know what the mothership is, you know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, that part, like, man, the album, Layden let me hear shit of the album. If fans want to know why the album ain't dropped yet, I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure they're gonna figure it out though. You know what I mean? And like the album fire, what I heard. So like, we understand Bone is the bread and butter and Bone is the mothership, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we men and we ain't about to sit around and wait on shit.
Yeah, man. The album's a complicated thing, but I think it's got a simple answer, which is the belief is it's the last Bone album, and if that's true, let let's just say that that is true.
If that's true, that motherfucker better be epic.
If that's true, and you're 30 plus years into this, guys, you consider your brother. You got classics, genuine, real classics, timeless music. Lay and I talked about how, like, hey, after every one of you is gone from this earth, the crossroads still exists
Correct.
forever and ever and
Just like
ever.
I said about a song growing up.
Exactly. And if you now staring down the barrel of this might be the last one, you got a hard time saying when it's perfect. Even if it's
Bro,
fire,
no,
even if
no,
it's
that's true.
fire,
That's true.
you got a hard time knowing this is
Then
the one.
then
This is the exclamation
you
point.
also got like I think fans gotta understand like and I heard Lay saying something like this in an interview, but it wasn't related to music. But it's like, we grow up, we got kids, we got grandkids. We over here, somebody gotta take their kid to soccer practice, somebody gotta take their kid to basketball practice. Somebody got these many grandkids or less or more, or it's just the matriculation of life. And then it's like, but we still got this thing we got over here that we eat off of. And it's like, it's about making it all match up or whatever. And I think that is not like a thing of, we broke up, it's over. You can't break up some shit that's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
But it's more about, Ant doing his thing. He got, Nova the Rebel, and he got my nigga Kane and wishing them, doing their thing over there. Like, I don't know how the entities exactly break down because I just be honestly trying to stay focused on my shit right now. But, you got that shit going on. B got his shit. Don't B drop every birthday, and then he got the Bloodline Harmony. His son's doing fantastic and shit. And like I think everybody trying to push they little camp. You know what I'm saying? And then we got our little camp over here. Me, Lay, Kendall. You know what I'm saying? My son, his son. You know what I mean? And like I think what it is just like it's a natural progression of some shit. You know what I'm saying? To where everybody want to see, you know what I mean, if they can kind of do it. And ain't nothing wrong with that shit. Like, you supposed to teach a man to fish. You don't supposed to just hand him all the fish, you know what I'm saying? So anything grows up and matures, you know what I mean? It don't nothing stay the same like that. But with that all that being said, like I just can never see a ball a day where it's over. You know what I'm saying? I think these niggas love each other ultimately. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's love trump everything. So, people gonna try to do shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, how many times LeBron left Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? I still love LeBron. Come back
You
home,
think he's
bro.
coming home?
I already know he coming home.
He's coming
You know what
home.
I'm saying? I love Bron. Me and Rich, you know what I'm saying? We all bottom line. People have to live their lives. I had to understand that. That's part of the book. You have to see that God's path for people is not the fucking same. You know what I'm saying? Like next year, y'all will be the biggest podcast in the world,
Who knows?
and I'll be on a golf course.
Who knows?
You know what I'm saying? His album will be out. You know what I mean? Chill and Lay album been out.
Mm.
The new Bone album been and dropped by there. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody, the paths of shit don't always. You can't expect not no two men on the earth to walk the same path. And we talking about trying to make 5 men walk the same path.
Wild for 30 years.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
been
one thing
doing
you've
it,
heard people say from your interview all the way up. It's been
bro. They got a
five
star,
people trying to manage 5 people.
man. It's impossible, bro. When I
Yeah.
had Black Money, bro, I learned like I used to tell them in a meeting. Ron will tell you, a two-head snake never know when to strike. We Kelly, Nate, Reddy, Love, PY, Young, y'all know we'll sit there and argue about should we get black t-shirts with white letters or white t-shirts with black letters. We'll argue about that shit for 3 hours. And then finally I just be the asshole. We getting black with white t-shirts. Well, fuck out of here. I'm tired of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the problem. Like, and it's not a problem, it's just life.
Mhm.
So this is why companies have a CEO. So that the board don't gotta sit there and argue forever.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of shit be happening. Like, we got to sit here and argue about shit when in reality, somebody else should just be making these decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in business, in any kind of structured business, though. But I'll tell you this. I bet my last 100, the Bone album dropping. I heard some fire on it. It's fire.
Yeah. I've heard a little bit.
And Bone ain't gonna never be over. Period.
Yeah. Now I can't. Even in the event they said, "Hey, we're all done rapping," right? Let's say that happens. The tree's too big now.
Right.
It's the
Oh,
way you
I
just.
was just about to say you a fucking genius. See, if they was to say that shit, then so the fuck what? You got all these branches. Okay, if you really rock with us, go buy 10 Kane albums. Go buy 15 Nova the Rebels. Go buy the new Ken Dog. You know what I'm saying? Go fucking support the whole shit from forever. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, that's really what it is. Like, uh, if they was, they ain't about to say no shit like that though. But if they was to say some shit like that though, then so what? Let's get these camps bubbling. You know what I'm saying?
Tree's big.
Everything got to keep growing and continue, bro. Like nothing's gonna stay the fucking same. So, you know, we talking about Crossroads. That song gonna sell until my grandkids got it. You know what I'm saying? They grandkids gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about shit that's gonna last forever. They got those type of songs. So like that it's whatever. If it's a new generation of ball and it basically break down to everybody in their camps and then coming together whenever to do another ball album or and I'm just talking I mean, I'm talking from what I know. I don't know shit. So like I'm like the fans, like I don't know how it's gonna shake out, but however it shake out, I'm just saying we just still need the support from everybody.
This is the last question I got for you, which is are we gonna get the album up for a pre-save so we can start that campaign to get K Chill's album charted? Because
Yeah.
that's the campaign we need everybody behind. If we can get that pre-save, get everybody pre-saving before the drop, let's campaign to get you charted anywhere. Lay was just number 6.
Man, that's crazy. Hey,
Even if we brought K Chill into the top 25,
I'll be happy with that,
we're
y'all.
winning.
I'll be happy, man. It's all God's plan, but like I definitely need y'all to pre-order it. And like even if like this whole week about to be so crazy with the scheduling and everything. So I'm gonna find out a lot in the next 2 days if I need to, I got shit set up right now. Listening party on the first, all kind of shit. So right now that's what it is. If we find out we need to wait a week or two, that might be the case. But I'll find out in the next 2 days. But I definitely need all y'all support. I appreciate y'all support, man. Y'all got a kid from St. Clair. Man, it's like I say, I couldn't help but tear up a few times in the last couple of weeks because I don't even got to be doing a podcast. I could just be sitting to myself and just thinking about what's all in transpired. Like, and you just be like, whoa. And like I say, I want y'all to realize, like, man, don't be arrogant about that shit when it happened to you. Like, when you could literally sit back and say, God did this shit for me. Like, I got I got millions, not millions. I got many parts from Beyond the Harmony reaching out from day one interviews to, you know, meeting Eric Wilson to my kids and my family encouraging me to, Lay coming back and really turning me up. Like all them little small parts, bro. Like I just want y'all to have your antennas up and see that it always be God's plan. And if you work for that NFL dream or that rap dream or that I want to be a lawyer or I'm gonna be a doctor, if you put in that fucking work, if you want to fly that space shuttle, if you put in that work, man, God gonna see you doing that work and that shit gonna happen, bro. Period.
That's what it is. Live from Los.
I just
Wait,
want to
wait, wait,
say
wait, 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 wait.
to help promote this. I pre-ordered God's Plan, and in the morning that I got the push notification, it gave me this, like, it wasn't a thrill. It was like, oh man, I can't wait to listen to this. And then when I went on my walk, I was talking about it earlier, listening to God's Plan for the first time. It was like, you see a movie, not a movie, a long series or a series of movies, and then you get to this point where everything gets brought full circle. Listening to God's Plan is what did it. But the point of pre-ordering was I loved waking up and just seeing it on my phone. The big iTunes, like your song is now ready to hear. So I'm looking forward to, I guess what we're calling it, Make St. Clair Great Again, or is it the Final
Man, you
Chill?
know
What?
what? My son gave it a name. I'm thinking I don't got a name yet, bro, for the album. The book is definitely finding the harmony. I want to ask you a question though. So when you got it that morning and you heard it, like what did you think? Like as far as we know Lay was gonna kill that shit. Like people never heard
Uh,
me. Like so just as somebody from the
yeah.
outside, when you heard me, what did you think?
So the first thing, just before even what you had, the song was like a reward to us too. To like, I don't know how Cecil felt about it, but for me, this was like as much of a Beyond the Harmony thing as a K Chill Lazy Bone thing. Like I felt
As it
like
should be.
I won with it, and but just hearing it, just like I said earlier, when your voice came in, you talk a little bit at the beginning. There's like that buildup of that really cool instrumental, but then your verse comes in. And like I got the same, and this is not even a joke. It's not me even trying to pat your back. I got the same, like it's not an eerie feeling, but like a oh man feeling when I don't know if you remember when Rakim came back with the 17th letter and the Guess Who's Back song came on. Remember he's like on the building.
Hmm.
Remember like Eric B and Rakim were gone for a minute, and then Rakim came back as a solo artist. And so when I heard Rakim come back and be like, oh, the God MC is still alive. He can still
Hmm.
do it. As soon as I heard your voice come in, I was just like, yo, and I love the line about like I got that cracking ribs with it or something. The way you guys structured the whole song was brilliant. And in fact, you came in with a second verse, and I was like, oh, Lazy's not coming in. Like you had a first verse, and then there's like a break, the God's Plan part,
Let me
and then
tell
you had
you.
a
Let me tell you, like, so y'all, because I know the fans on Beyond the Army, y'all know all the real truths about everything. I I had that beat. I think that's a DJ. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's definitely a DJ Payne beat. He produced Nas, Public Enemy, Lil Baby, Jeezy. He like multi-platinum producer. I had that beat sitting there. I had Ben got it, and bam, we in Eric Wilson's studio. I dropped my shit in one take. I just said I want to try something different. And I wasn't thinking about a hook or nothing. I just like, I'm gonna just like Lay was not even on the song or even thinking about I didn't even think about it. But after I dropped that shit and them ad lib, them those that monologue between the verses in one take, it just clicked and somebody said, oh, you don't remember Drake got a song called God's Plan? That shit ain't even fucking matter. Cause I'm like, I heard the whole song at that point. I called Lay. I'm like, Lay, I want you to be on my first single. He was like, send it. I sent it. Lay sent me them vocals back in a day. And after I heard what he did on that shit, and we was telling the whole story, it's ordained because me and Eric then did 15 songs, or me and Young, or me and Kel, or whoever. And it's like that particular song though, it was so organically constructed and easy to do. Like it might be the easiest song I did on the album,
Mm.
and the way it flowed, just even I was just like I have a hard time ad libbing and all that shit. I was just sitting there thinking like, man, last time I rapped back when Snoop was saying that, just like this different shit. It's like I wasn't trying to do all that shit, but it just came out how it came out. Lay sent that shit back a day later, and in my humble opinion, Bone fans, you getting some super introspective lay on that bitch. Like he,
Yeah.
like man, what? And then he get his performance, and I just knew it was what it was.
Love that, as you guys drop your verses, they kind of like abruptly stop because it's like, yeah, God's plan, and it just gives you a moment there to just to
Think
contemplate
about that
not
shit,
just what you
bro.
said, yeah, let you think about it, and as you're thinking about it, you're not just thinking about just the verse, you're thinking about the whole entire
The
picture.
whole shit, and it ain't on purpose. It just that's how I delivered my first verse. Like I just paused. I didn't write the ad libs out or none of that shit. I just paused and thought about it. And when I said that shit to Lay, I ain't get Lay no other instructions but to do what I did. I said, nigga, spit your shit, talk your shit, and just I said, some spit a couple hard bars and then just talk your shit. And then just do, do it again. You know what I'm saying? I said, do it just like me. I was like, don't never just keep rapping. Just think about it and talk about it.
Reference on it, which
Man,
was
what?
like,
He sung our first song on
yep,
that shit.
that was the
That,
cherry on top.
our first
And
song,
as you were saying,
as corny as it was.
no, but it was perfect. And here's another thing I was thinking too. When your second verse came in, I was like, all right, where's Lazy? And you think things real fast. I'm like, man, maybe Lazy's not on the song. And if he's not, I'm fine with it. Because I was just loving, you know, K Chill on there. And then Lazy comes in and I'm like,
Then
oh shit.
Lazy come on
And
that bitch and murder it for 2.5 minutes.
yeah,
Like,
and the two of you sync, like, I don't even know if you guys thought this out, but both of you have like a regular speed verse and then like a faster verse,
oh
both of
yeah,
you.
man, listen, the whole My Brother's Keeper album that'll be dropping, and we don't know when because from my perspective, once again, I'm respecting the mothership. So we I want to see what Bone album going when it's gonna drop or whatever first because not that I'm waiting on it or none of that shit, but I'm just I respect what my brother's doing, like even to a degree, more than what I'm doing, kind of. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when you hear that motherfucker, like everybody say, like man, y'all boys is so in sync. Like I think it's my deeper voice with lay voice, and then it's like great minds think alike type shit, and then it's like, but I mean these songs, bro, we are like,
It's the history too, though.
man, it's so
The-
easy, man.
yeah.
Like,
There's something about having that much history that just makes it
bro,
click like that.
it hit
You
different.
know?
I ain't never expected that we was gonna sound bad or nothing because we never was gonna sound bad, but I ain't really have a clue what it was
Yeah.
gonna. You know what I mean?
But they used to talk about how like Jordan and Pippen they just knew how to be great together.
Man, what?
You know?
And so far, even with the recording of it, he'd get some shit, throw his shit on his verse on there first, send it to me. I make some shit, put my verse and send it to him. And it's like we even talked about one song, he might write my verse, I might write his, just to be different on the whole shit. Like, but so far our shit sounded so cold together off fucking Swiss and DJ Quick beats
Yeah, it's fire.
and scratch paper beats. Like I ain't gonna lie, like you know, I'm pumped about our album. Like my album done, so I've been on to the next one with as far as my album
K Chill rapping on DJ Quick and Swiss Beats
with
production.
with Lay, and I'm talking about golf courses and like man, that shit, man. Man, we got a song called Cookies, man. We got shit. Damn. You know what? Fuck it. No, shut up. No, so
Don't say anything you're not supposed to say.
no,
Don't let me know.
cause
You
late,
just got to give me the exclusive later. Is what it is.
I'm gonna let y'all hear it when we get done.
I'm with it.
But yeah, we was back on our bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And get your funky off question if you got time, and if not, you can say, "Hey, let's do this next
What time?
time."
What
'Cause-
time is it? Oh, we got a half
yeah,
hour. We good.
okay. So on Cisco Kid, and actually back in 2017, I had wrote this to you and you called me, and I was at work, just like I'm at work right now, which is funny, and I couldn't pick up your call for the answer. And if you don't want to answer this right now, that's fine. But so at the beginning, because this pertains to my life too, at the beginning of Cisco Kid, you say you remember being born, and I had wondered if it was like a figure of speech, fiction, or anything, because I remember the same thing, and I know Busy Bone wrote about the same thing in his book, and I've always been wondering about that Cisco Kid track.
So I said earlier, like, I'm not a magical person or none of that shit. Like, everything that happened good for me happened through God. But then at the same time, I'm gonna say, like, if you are anointed or blessed, and I feel like, that's not like a thing where like God just look at the world and say, I'm picking him, he the one, or she the one or something. I think it's more about like when you set your karma level at a certain level where you not never trying to hurt nobody. You always trying to be a positive to any situation that you in. You know what I'm saying? I think that God give you a certain vision. Like you think about a simple thing like electricity when the world was dark. Like how could it be two motherfuckers working on electricity at the same time? Like fucking Einstein, not our Einstein, Edison and Tesla. How could it be like even Michael Jackson, they joke about on the documentary, on the movie, he used to meditate and say, I gotta stay focused so God give me the good songs and not Prince. You know what I'm saying? Which is weird in and of itself because you talking about the greatest of all time and he thinking about Prince. So he understand Prince greatness and Prince anointment. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like some kind of way I've always had like that type of magic that come from God. But like, yeah, I mean, I think about me, bro. I see shit that I think people don't see it that way or whatever, or I could remember. But at the same time, like I got a horrible fucking memory, but then I could 100% remember certain shit. So is it like a dream? Is it real? You don't know. You know what I'm saying? You 50 years old, you done had a million dreams. So you don't know. But I just say this, like I said about Nate telling me that my lyrics was coming to life. Like I talked to my family right now months ago and told them we was gonna be doing this shit right now. Like it's not no. When I say I gotta get the power, the credit to how this shit happens. Like I can't. You know, it's not. I'm just a vessel for whatever's happening. Like Cecil was talking about the podcast in the beginning, and we all sitting here in Cali now. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I've been doing this shit from day one in one way or the other. On the crazy side, when I had a $50 double up and I turned that shit to 2,500 in 3 days when I was 15. You know what I'm saying? Like when it be feast and famine and other niggas getting robbed or not making the 2,500. You know what I'm saying? When we turned that 2,500 to 10, like when my family, when I was got fired from a job and my wife was pregnant with little Chris, and I had to go stay with my mom for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, I'm managing the most expensive complex build downtown Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? For Rick and Ari Mirren. Like, and I told my mom, they ain't gonna never hire me. Mom, I'm like, listen to me. I'm a nigga from St. Clair. I'm gonna manage this rich shit. You know what I'm saying? Like every time. You know what I'm saying? It's like then you gotta look at the total package and say, it was never fucking me. So if I could tell young K Chill and young America, like you asked me, I'm gonna tell them, it's not never fucking you, nigga. Just work. Just be a good nigga and work. That's all you gotta do.
Yo, let me get drink champs on that.
Yeah. There you go. There's your answer. That's
2016 when the Cleveland Cavs won that championship. My favorite memory is our chats back then through Facebook Messenger. We
Man,
chopped a lot
what?
of the stuff that you're talking about today, especially speaking stuff into existence. You were on that back then too, and we had some deep combos back then. So whenever I think of Cleveland's championship in that year against the Golden State Warriors, I just think about those times. If I'm like, man, Cake
Man,
Show's
it was
taking
good
time while
times,
LeBron's
man.
on the field and or on the court, and he's talking to me right now. So that was really cool of you back then to do that. And I associate the Cavaliers championship with talking with you back then. It was a cool time. That was before
Man,
we.
I appreciate you, bro. And like, you learn, what I'm saying? I'm just a dude. We just dudes was watching the same championship game, bro. Like, I ain't never want nobody to think I'm a dude that could rap. So, you know, I appreciate the fans appreciating that, but I don't never want y'all to look to me for nothing but that. Look to God. But we, like I say, we was them dudes. We was watching the championship game together, man. That was some of the greatest time. Me and my family went to the parade, being in the city that the Browns then lost forever. Finally getting the ring, you know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. Me and my family was out there with 2 million people at the parade. So yeah, I mean, all that shit, bro. Like I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? You remember that shit and you know what I mean? That's what I mean about being a good nigga, man. I didn't expect you to bring that shit up on an interview X amount of years later. I'm just always trying to be a good nigga. Just trying to bring light to the situation in life. Like we just trying to positive energy. I don't want to make no songs that's on some bullshit. I don't want to. I'm never gonna represent black people for more or less than what we are, which is an incredible people like everybody else. We could be everything from a fucking judge to a hood nigga. And it's all good everywhere in between. I'm never gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to set a trend with my shit. And it's not no shit I invented. It's just being fucking good and just positive. And let's try to get that shit moving for a minute. We all done seen what negativity has done to the world in the last whatever years. Let's try to be the ones that flip that shit then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a rapper, you know what I'm saying? When people say you a legend and XYZ, that shit fuck me up, bro. That's why I keep getting like, especially in this month, because it's a wow factor ass month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, how could I been doing that last week? I'm doing this week.
brother. I'll tell you. 8 years to sit here and tell you this. You deserve it.
mm-hmm.
You
Agreed.
motherfucking deserve it.
I agree.
You deserve it. You should. You should agree.
I agree.
You should. It's
They deserve it.
yeah.
Y'all deserve it.
Hell yeah.
The Lord deserve all the credit. He gets
Mm,
all the credit. We never gonna make it about us, but we gonna eat. We gonna understand where it came from. Y'all gonna be the number one podcast in the world. I'm gonna sell some millions of records or streams or whatever they doing. You know what I'm saying? And then we gonna all keep it pushing, man. The Bone album gonna drop. Me and Lay album. Fuck all that shit right this second. Buy that Dash album right now.
yeah.
LazyBone99.com.
Yeah.
Let's work with what we got in the fucking marketplace right now. God's plan on all platforms. LazyBone99.com. Don't be shocked if my album on that motherfucker too. Cause we just trying to open up our own stores, move our own shit, connect with our own family and friends. We learn how the industry do what they do. We don't gotta follow the blueprints. You know what I'm saying? We don't need we could get our own sponsorships. We get our own shit popping. I'm out here. I'm about to make this shit happen for my family in these next 2 days. Watch. You could do the exact same with anything you trying to do. Don't let nobody else tell you shit else. That's it.
Sounds like from the plan, at some point, K Chill's gonna be teaching me how to play fucking golf somewhere.
Yeah.
Push up.
Yawn like a
Which
motherfucker.
I'm about to go do in a minute.
Let's do it like
Nice.
that. Live from LA. My name is Cecil West, rocking with the one and only.
Jonathan Lippy.
And he is the co-hosting. He is the co-hosting, coast to coasting, come up creeper, never sour, always sweeter, ladies and gentlemen.
Still am Matthew Weaver.
And we are here kicking it with the Beyond the Harmony legend, the triple OG, the mayor of motherfucking Cleveland.
Yes, indeed.
K Chill in the house.
Love y'all, man. Thanks for the support. Cop that God's plan. Justin Bibbs. Don't take no offense, you the real mayor, but you know what I'm saying? I fuck, you already know what it is, bro. Cleveland, I love y'all. Let's support each other. Let's start our movement and shit. After that, bro, fuck with the clique, fuck with what got us here. You know what I'm saying? Bone, MGK, you know what I'm saying? Chip, everybody, man. Chill. Brothers for the Struggle, Brains, fucking Scratch Paper Productions, fucking everybody. Let's put our shit together because we've been making good music. It just was like a competition. It ain't got to be that. You learn at the top, man. It's no competition. Niggas collaborate. Let's get it.
And on behalf of RC Thugster and the rest of the Beyond the Harmony staff, Feenics Ryzin, take us on home.
Beyond the harmony for the fans we celebrate.